That's one less subscriber, Ryan.
What? What? It's first. Someone says a tweet.
Hang on.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fucking front door! Shut the fucking front door!
And do you know who scored it?
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
No, just look at who
I'm not even going to look. I'm not looking at none of you
Liam,
arseholes alive. I'm not looking at the chat.
Liam,
I'm not looking at you.
Liam, listen. You're going to prolapse, mate.
Come on.
Oh, my word.
The boy! The fucking boy! Fucking God!
Liam is actually going to combust.
I love that fucking... He's my fucking hero, that geezer. He's my fucking hero.
Can I just say, I don't mind paying 100 million for a player if he's going to do that.
Fucking front. Shut the fucking front fucking door.
Here comes a part-timer.
I think, Liam, I think you've just blown your fucking door off.
Here he is.
Can I just say, all the way from the States, he's decided to turn up at the end.
Hey, some people work. I got to work. All right, let me work.
Yeah,
Earn
sorry.
some pay so I can get on the show with you.
Time difference. I've done my shift.
Yeah. Oh dear. Hello. We are back for another match day watch along. I thought I'd just give everyone a brief recap of the last time these two teams met earlier on in the season, how it all ended, how Liam put himself in the doghouse live on air and didn't care, apparently. So yeah, ever get everyone hyped up, ready in the mood for the home fixture against Luton Town tonight. And they've got one of the minions in the background just looking around, don't know what he's doing himself. But we are back, and Joel and Liam will be joining us live any moment now. As soon as I get backstage, I'll be bringing them in. And I wonder if they did see that. Oh dear. Everyone just, I've been watching that as well. Got Catherine in the chat, got Ange, we got Naga Gunner in the chat as well. How you doing, my friend? We've got Russ in the chat, heisting and gambling already. Bloody hell. And Tom is in the chat as well. Says, I had Luton to win or draw that night. I bet you did. And we've got BX as well. BX is in the chat, and he's already gambling. His coins away. And added, oh bloody hell, added some as well. Blimey, gambled, but paid off this time, though. But yeah, we are here for Arsenal versus Luton. The teams are in about half an hour ago, so about a half hour to adjust. There's been a few changes. There's a major absentee, if you will, from tonight's lineup, from tonight's squad, actually, in terms of, I'm going to say it now, Bukayo Saka. He is not in the matchday squad at all. He's been fully vested, as we all saw on Sunday. Amongst the celebrations with the women, Saka did hobble off near the end of the game with a limp. And it would look a bit dodgy if he did that and then played the full 90 minutes tonight. It's Luton, with all due respect. We shouldn't be having to rely on Bukayo tonight, so on that against a team like Luton, even though they're fighting for their lives. So yeah, I'm happy with it. And in terms of the team, like there's been a few changes. I mean, Declan and Jorginho have been dropped to the bench as well, fully rested, because obviously got Brighton on Saturday night. And then next Tuesday, the biggest game of our lives in God knows how long, and it's when Arsenal play Bayern Munich, and Harry Kane comes back to North London to get his ass handed to him on a plate. But yeah, right, I'm just going to put the teams up on the screen. If you bear with me one hot momento. Right, there we go. We've got David Alea in goal. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Zinchenko is back in the lineup. I mean, it's Luton. If he's struggling against Luton, never play again. Need to give Kivior a night, not a night off because he's on the bench, but give him some respite because, as I say, we've got Brighton. I fully expect Kivior to play against Brighton and Bayern Munich respectively going forward. I think Zinchenko is going to be the bit pot player in this running now in terms of left back, unless something serious happens to Kivior. or Tomiyasu, respectively. Thomas Partey making his first start in pretty much. I say what, September. I thought it's the longest, the latest, the earliest I can remember, whether I can get out here since I've seen Partey start a game for Arsenal. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's been so long since we've seen Partey start. I've forgotten how long it's been. But it's been a long time. He's starting. Smith Rowe is starting in that midfield pivot as well, alongside Thomas Partey. That's going to be interesting to see. And Odegaard just in front of them. You've got Reece Nelson on the right taking over Saka's role, Trossard down the left, and Havertz is playing the false 9/striker role. On the bench, we've got Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Kivior, Declan Rice, Jorginho, Fabio Vieira, Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, and Eddie Nketiah. So yeah, as you can see, there's been apart from as I mentioned before, the Nelson's in for Saka, and Saka's got a complete night off, ready for getting them fully ready for Brighton and Bayern respectively. There are a few changes to the lineup. It's Luton, so you can have, there's at home as well, so it should not touch wood backfire on us. Come the long run and all that. Right. So I'll pop into the chat quick, make sure anyone else has popped in. Yeah, but yeah. At least they're laughing. I didn't get a response from Russ. He just, I think he goes high. He just went boom, gamble, boom, this. I ain't having the betting yet. Bloody hell. Oh dear. And this evening to myself and everyone else in the chat. Obviously, Catherine's already mentioned, or was it in the before? Tom says, don't forget tomorrow's full Nelson results on Amos and Otis versus Otis in Philly cheesesteak pizza eating contest. It's a thing. It really happened. Oh my God. We got Pinky in the chat as well. Pinky, big up yourself. Says, hello everyone. I had an annoying day today, so hopefully the boys will cheer me up. Also, it's late going from my 8:30 kickoff your time. It's it's 7:30 UK time for us, so in the evening for us, obviously. Matthew in the chat as well. Emerson's in the chat. Betting is not open yet, so everyone chill your boots. Don't get carried away just yet. ESR needs to have a chance here. Let's hope they grasp it. I think, yeah. I mean, in terms of Smith Rowe, this is I've been started for a couple of months now. He's been starting a bit part here and there. Premier League wise, he's got no excuse tonight in terms of. I'd like to see him score. I'd like to see him involved in the goals tonight in terms of at least score a goal and maybe an assist. It's Luton. This is just to ease him back in because we're gonna need him. Using games like this to get his fitness up and along with passing and all that, and raise their levels up. These are the sort of games you need to do. I mean, because quick, because the game's kind of come thick and fast now. But especially if we go balls deep in the Champions League in terms of semi-finals, maybe potentially, if we're lucky enough, the final. You need the squad depth. If we do this whole relying on our best 11 and best bench and that's it, but not really delve into the squad properly, we'll get found wanting and we'll get injuries, and then it's going to get messy. BX says, I'm trying to rush home from work. Bloody hell. Don't cause any accidents, please. Let's go, Ryan. Big game tonight. Ian here from Asking. Yeah, Ian was on last night. Big up yourself. I enjoyed the show. Last night. I was watching him from behind the scenes and all that. And yeah, I absolutely love it. And it's great to see a new face like yourself on, and hope to see a lot more of you, my friend, going forward. It's just a random. There's a complete random. Like, what the fuck? Because I'm reading the rest of it and I'm thinking, what the f-? And then you go, yeah, it's real. It's like, oh my days. So completely tongue tied for a moment there. Our midfield tonight is the key, yeah. I mean, in terms of Thomas Partey as well, whilst we wait for Liam and all that to join us, in terms of Thomas Partey, for me, this is we knew he was coming back at some point. In terms of starting the game, this was because of how long he'd been missing this season, in terms of how much games he's missed this season due to injuries. This fixture was a more realistic one. 8 were at home. It's Luton Town, of all due respect. Whereas you're not going to start against Man City away from home when it's a must-not-lose game. So I was pretty expecting that, and hopefully the experience of him and Smith Rowe ever sort of seemed to, because obviously the surgery Smith Rowe's had and all that as well, and this, that, and the other. Everyone seemed to forget. People, not everyone, most people have seemed to forget what Smith Rowe can bring to this team, and we just need him to now. He's had in April now. He's had a bulk most of the season, apart from one setback with a couple of weeks here and there. He's had the bulk of a season now to get himself somewhat back to them levels. There we go. There's one of them. On that famous night. Hey, how you doing, Joel?
That famous night. We don't. What happens on the night stays on the night.
No, when I started the stream, I showed that fact, the infamous clip from Liam where he got himself in the doghouse and didn't care. We went back in December for the away fixture.
Oh dear. Yeah, that was certainly that was a hell of a game, though. That was a game of full emotion, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a stress, you name it. Every emotion you could possibly think of. But yeah, I was going for the team to say, like, things like Zinchenko, it's Luton. If it was anyone else, I'd be like, what are you playing at? But it's Luton, Zinchenko, squad rotation. We've got Brighton coming up on Saturday. We've got Bayern at home next Tuesday.
I think it's great.
We do have to sort of dig deep into our squad and actually rotate our squad and not rely on our best 11 for this running. Because if you do that, you're risking what we've done for the last 2 years and cause injuries that then mess us up for the rest of the season for our potential targets.
No, I think it's a fair, I think it's a fair squad to put out. I think it's a good squad, to be fair.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, I think it's great. He's getting a game.
Yeah.
Nelson is kind of, he's there to give Saka a break, basically, isn't he? Same with, Trossard and Martinelli. You could switch either way, can't you, for those games? And Havertz, he's done a job. Yeah. He's done a job.
Second half of the season, the stats say it all.
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Everything I was saying, start back in the summer. You need to give him a chance to settle in, get used to a new system, and mentally relax himself. Because the abuse he was, obviously, I said back then, the abuse he was getting from the previous fan base he was at, that's enough to do anyone over mentally.
Yep.
You have to come, and then you go into a new club, first start. You're still in the same league, in the same city, and they're there. And it's because it's online media, the online social media nowadays. You've still got them going chirping away. So it's been a gradual, but I think it was this fixture or the Brentford away fixture where it sort of kicked off, didn't it? He scored in the away fixture, didn't he? But
I think it's hang on. I think it's going to be. I couldn't tell you a prediction, to be honest, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a good game, isn't it? To be fair, I think Luton are no mugs in the slightest. I think they've had a dogfight with all the top teams, haven't they?
Yeah.
So and I think. I don't obviously like to mention other channels, but there are other channels out there, and they said, well, every game's a cup final, and it is. It literally is. That's how we've got to treat every game. So
here's a part-time.
Hey! It's Billy and Bobby's dad.
Now, mate, you all right?
All good, mate.
I'll say this. I do fear, because this was back in December, there was no Billy. I fear for Billy tonight in his sleeping pattern.
He's actually right next to me at the moment, but I'm sure he'll be getting taken away from me within the next 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
He had no celebrations to listen to Sunday, did he?
Well, we had one in Wolverhampton.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't watching that game at that point.
That's your own fault. Oh, yeah. So, sorry, Liam's Joel's just saying obviously squad rotation and set like plays like Zinchenko, Smith Rowe, and even Havertz. It's a good enough squad tonight to still do a job, even though there's been a lot of rotation. You can see, still a good enough squad.
Yeah, it's a good enough team. It should go and about beat it. Midfield does worry me a little bit just because of the minutes in that midfield. But that's probably why Zinchenko's come back in there to kind of obviously offer that support in that midfield. Because when you look at Partey and Smith Rowe, they really have not had many minutes, have they, whatsoever? But if there's a game that you're going to do it out of these next 3-4 games, then it's this game, isn't it? And the players just need to go out and do a job now. I've got a feeling maybe Nelson might score tonight.
I'm quite happy with Smith Rowe coming in, to be fair, because I think every time he has come on, he's had glimpses of, of doing something where Partey still hasn't had that enough time, has he, to sort of really solidify himself. But Smith Rowe has always got those glimpses of something could happen here. And when you've got him next to Odegaard, maybe he'll feed off that and think, well, actually, he'll sort of feed off the magic that Odegaard he brings the best out of people, doesn't he, around him? So, yeah, I think it's a good little lineup. And as I say, Havertz just, deserves to have his spot. And if he gets another goal, then it's just breeding confidence, isn't it? That's the thing. That's all it's about. So,
I think Havertz is vital as well, because if I remember rightly, in that game at Luton, that obviously set pieces were an issue. So just things like defending set pieces as well. Havertz is going to be quite important tonight, isn't he? If they do get a kind of set piece. So really totally understand why he's started again. And I think it's a big night for I just think it's a really big night as well for Trossard and Nelson. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd love to see Nelson get a goal tonight. I think it'd be doing the world of good. And obviously Smith Rowe, like you said, like when he has come on, he has got himself into areas and got himself chances. He just hasn't gone for him. So hopefully tonight that can happen. And they know what's on the line side, don't they? They know they can't cock up as well. So they've got to go out there and do the business. So maybe it's a good situation for some of these lads to be in tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, force the best out of them almost, I think. But yeah, I hate saying predictions, but what's your prediction, Ryan? Go on, Ryan. You don't hide in all of this.
Of course not. It's at home. It's Luton.
Oh no, he's coming out with a 6-0.
Don't say it.
No, we're at home. I know they've got something to fight for themselves in terms of because the results went against them last night, with Forest winning and all that.
I was waiting for. I think they'll score. I reckon 11-1.
No. Because they've got something to fight for. That's going to play into our hand because we're at home. It's on our turf. It's going to be more gaps for us to play into. I think 3 or 4-0.
What did I go for last night? Did I go for 4-1 or 4-0?
I think it went. I can't remember now. I think it was 4. It was one of. I think it's 4-1 because you know they've got something to fight for. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a bit tougher now. I ain't gonna lie. If we put our first team out, I think we'd absolutely smash them. But
Smith Rowe's got something to prove as well.
Yeah.
Partey's back as well, getting his fitness up.
I'm going to go 3-1.
Spots Bayern Munich next week.
I'm going to go 3-1.
Bottle job.
If we win 4-1, that was my first call. No, but I still think we should win. We should definitely win. But
bottle job. How's that bottle job in the slightest? What the hell is he talking about?
Again says as well, notice you're the boxing media hub, Joel. There you go. You're famous, even from New York.
They've got a lot of injuries as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got literally. In terms of fit players, they've got the same amount of injured players, and that's a lot.
Yeah. So,
Catherine's going bigger. She's going even bolder than me. 5 she's going for.
Oh, Russ is going for a big 6-0, mate.
Russ has gone 6, which means we're going to end up losing it.
Russ has gone big tonight.
Well, that's 2-0 then.
Yeah, Russ's go big is 1-0, isn't it? Or 2-1.
Everyone is thinking Smith Rowe's in the middle with Trossard as striker, Smith Rowe on the wing. Smith gets bullied. No, I think Savatt's up top, Trossard on the left hand side, but he's going to be between Trossard and Nelson. Trossard and Smith Rowe are going to be swapping between the midfield, pivot, and the left hand side. I think at time to time, depending on if they have to or not. Glenn's going for a 3-0 as well.
Do you know what? I'm with Glenn personally. I'm going with Glenn. I think 3-0. Yeah, I think that's what you've got to go with, haven't you?
Getting some goals tonight would be good, wouldn't it? Because obviously when you start looking at Man City, got Luton at home in a few games' time. Liverpool got Sheffield United tomorrow. Obviously, that goal difference is a bonus for us at the moment.
Yeah, we need to hold on to that as much as we can.
The positive out of the City game was the clean sheet, wasn't it? Really was the positive and the point. I know it wasn't ideal in the grand scheme of things, but I think to get 4 points out of them is, we wouldn't have even thought that would happen, would we, at the start of the season? But now we need to push ourselves on, don't we? So
there you go. You got
I went 4-0 on the show. Okay, I'm going to go back to 4-0. Do you know that? Just keep it 4-0. I'm going to go with my first one.
Ross has come back 5. He says, I said we'd smash. Everyone said, to be fair, everyone said we'd smash Sheffield United, to be honest.
You said 10-0, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, we thought you was on the way at one point, mate. I was thinking.
That was before he had a drink as well. That was the worrying thing.
I know, mate. I know.
I wanted
the lottery numbers at that point.
Yeah. And the golden ball is 2-0. Yeah, the Arsenal misfit. Big shout out to him. Top guy.
Big. I tell you what is good though tonight is obviously getting Partey back, mate. I said on the show last night, for us to have a chance to win his title, I think he needs to be in the team every Premier League game now between now and the end of the season. He might potentially not play him at Brighton, but I think after the Brighton game, I think he then has to run him right through, if possible.
Yeah. Well, as I say, the team looks great to me. I think it's a real. A lot of those players can be exciting, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, old Billy Boy just started to cry. I think he's getting worried already.
Yeah. It's happening.
He's like, wait a minute, I'm sitting next to his nutcase.
Yeah.
He heard me at Luton.
He's seen the footage of what was said to his brother.
I'll take that out. Are we back one set, right?
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah. Put you on mute as well, just in case. There we go.
I've got my own nickname on here now. Look, Gilberto Silva. I'll take that.
Well, I've got Fletch as well, Smugsy, and Gilberto. There you go. You take that all day long.
I'll take that. No trouble at all. As long as it's not Jolvinho, I'll be happy.
Hell.
Sorry, wrong time in there.
All you need from there is the curtains then. Just get your hair sorted, just have it designed as curtains instead.
Oh, bleed now. That's That'd certainly be an interesting look, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just a tad.
No, I'm not having that. Then I get kicked in the nuts by Russ.
There we go. I'm underway as well. Luton kicking off.
Right. I will let you go then. I'll do my part-time antics. And
I'll see you at half-time with little one.
See you at half-time, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Cheers.
Come on.
Oh, dear. Got a laugh. Everyone's getting their bets in now. I think Emerson, you might have to do your bet again. Yeah, Emerson, you need to do your bet again because you put a dash in there for some reason when you were typing it in. I've got to be savage, really. Let's go, com. I'll hold on to this for when he comes back at half time. All he needs to do is dye his hair pink and red, and he's ready. Oh, okay. I'll start on to him at half time. I saved it anyway, so I didn't read it properly. I was expecting far worse. No, it's on Discover TNT Sports or Discovery Plus app.
I can tell you, it's tougher than two. It's tougher than one, guys.
I'll keep saying it. I know you keep pointing it down, but you wait until you have number 3 out of nowhere.
There ain't no number 3, mate. I can tell you that now, mate. You've heard that live on air. I think Sarah will agree as well.
All I'm going to say is if Arsenal win the league this season or Champions League, there will be a number 3.
Oh, yeah, Charity Shield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I say. Go on, party. Go on. Patros on through. Oh, come on, Havertz, mate. He's got to do better than that. That's sloppy.
I'll see in a sec.
Mate, that's sloppy, mate. That's a good opportunity,
Mark's
mate.
Mark's go for a 3-0 to the Arsenal. Some sensible, but and also at the same time realistic scorelines coming in tonight as well. Apart from himself.
That's sloppy, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's got to do much better there.
Players, with all due respect, players like him tonight, I want him to. Oh, bloody hell! I want him to actually step up and not be one of these players now because he's part of the starting squad, if you will. That's just saving himself a buy-in next Tuesday. No, you give it 100% in every game. Thank you. We want both really, but take us all the way, please. Do your bit. Watching it now, so I'll be chilling with my rum and enjoy the game. Okay, fair enough. Also, we will be because all the kickoffs are tonight all over the place. By the way, they're not kicking all the games that are playing tonight. They're not kicking off at the same time. And obviously, one of our rivals is playing tonight against Aston Villa at the Etihad. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as any scores come in. Praying for a miracle. Bloody hell! Give him time. It's only 5 minutes yet. Bloody hell! Havertz reverting to type. However, you know, by the way, Russ, on Sky, was not yesterday, day before, now going through comparing every season Havertz has been in a Premier League player from Chelsea, he arrived at Chelsea till now. This has so far been his best season. Not so it doesn't say much, but in terms of his goal scoring and assists and all that, this has been his best. And look how long it took him to get going.
I think the team that he's in, obviously, is getting some good attributes out of him in it. That's obviously making him play better. I think there's a lot more to come from him, totally on the show, or I hope there's a lot more to come.
Yeah.
I really do hope there's a lot more to come because I think once we get that striker in, I think we'll see him more play off at times. And I think we'll there'll be even more different systems that Arteta will then potentially be able to play.
Well, we saw look at what was it, 2-3 years back when City won the league without a striker. The year they lost Aguero, after they lost Aguero and didn't have Haaland, that season when they had no striker, they had to. And then you compare that, then when they brought Haaland in, an actual out-and-out striker that scores goals.
Yeah,
you see that. You saw the massive difference. That's the main thing we're missing: an out-and-out goal-scoring striker.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, that striker's the key thing, isn't it?
Even when you look back over the years at Arsenal, when Arsenal went 98, the 98 team, 2002, 2004 squads respectively, even though the goals were shared out, we still had that striker scoring the goals. And I think with the way Arteta wants to play, as you say, he'll start messing it. He'll have so much more freedom to mess about then. I do think Eddie's on it. If rumours are true about Isaac, we're seriously interested in Oscar Alexander Isaac. Sorry. I think Eddie better door because Isaac straight away he'll be given a number 14 for a start, and that's already then that's Eddie down the pecking order even further, back to square one again.
Yeah, I like Isaac. I think he's
improved himself, hasn't
the only thing that he's a bloody good striker. The only thing that does worry me about him is just his injuries, but
that could be down to the medical team at Newcastle itself that are not managing it correctly. If we can,
you never know.
We're managing it correctly in the first place. might not be an issue for us.
But like the good thing is that he knows what's expected now in the Premier League, don't he? And he's performing. That's another. That's a key attribute, isn't it? I think Arteta likes players that have got the experience of the league.
You know what I meant, Russ. I've seen your comment. Oh dear. And whilst we're waiting for a goal, to celebrate the girls winning on Sunday, because now I've got my memberships to give away again for this month. I'm going to give out 5 now. So prepare yourselves, guys. See what happens. Let's go. This is, and obviously you'll get the other 5 will come tonight if we win tonight as well. So who's got them now? Here we go. Cameron, Yemi, Alpha Eagle, Early Doors Football, and Agent Cormac. I've all got.
It's definitely some sloppy balls to start with.
Yeah. I think that's down to the. I think he tampered a bit too much. We saw this at the start of the season though with Mikel against Nottingham Forest. That match day lineup, and that the rotation there. It wasn't right. Too much tampering sometimes.
Really look poor though, mate. Yeah. I'm sure he'd like to get Odegaard off at some point today as well.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Just no one's on the wavelength at the moment whatsoever.
No. I mean, you say that, but you wouldn't trust Arsenal to manage an injury. But you say that the second Driscoll's gone to Manchester, Gary Driscoll's gone to Manchester. Look at their injury record suddenly this season compared to ours.
Yeah.
Partey aside, obviously, and obviously Timber was just a freak injury in itself. And ironically, that was when Driscoll was still at the club, by the way.
It's very unlike him, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he's trying to prove a point that he's going for both, isn't he? In terms of Champions League.
They're arguing with each other, mate. They're arguing with each other, Luton players. But what we got to take this as a big plus and get at them right now because they're already on each other's backs.
We've got 900. I'm going to tell you now. Over the 3 platforms, we've got 979 watching us currently. There's 650 on yours, 320 on my Twitter, and the rest over on. On here.
Good stuff. What we like to hear.
Quiet. Is a stadium quiet as well?
I've got it on silent, mate. But that was my other worry tonight.
But it's still like daylight, is it? Until the next half hour, it goes a bit darker.
I don't think people are used to a 7:30 kickoff either, are they? One sec, mate.
No, I don't get. This is the one thing when it comes to like the collective midweek games. So it's like all the teams playing in midweek.
Yeah.
And obviously, TNT have it. I don't get why they have to play at a different time because it fucks with it. For example, what was it? Brighton played last night, didn't they?
Who did?
Brighton. They played last night, but the kickoff time was later than
Brighton?
Yeah, I think Brighton did.
It's not, isn't they?
It's not. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think they got Brentford.
That's tonight. I'm going to double check now because I can't remember.
I know they got Brentford.
One sec. Let's have a look. Close. Yeah, Brentford versus Brighton. But that's kicked off at the same. But you've got, for example, Man City v Villa. It's a 8:15 kickoff. But yesterday, you had Forest versus Fulham and Newcastle Everton kicking off at 7:30. Then about half hour later, it was the Bournemouth Palace and Burnley Wolves game, and West Ham v Spurs at 8:15. But there'll be certain teams now that will be, for example, West Ham. I don't know who West Ham and Spurs got at the weekend, but they're potentially playing teams that are going to be more fresher, have had more time to recover.
Yeah.
And also, I just don't like it. Especially it's running into it's for us from our perspective. It's running to the title as well.
I just think, do you know what? Right, I'm just watching this, and I think Reece Nelson needs to get into this game more as well.
Yeah, I know he's not played much, but these are the games he needs to sort of.
The problem is now, though, isn't it? We ain't listening to that, are we? We're 9 games away from potentially winning the title.
Exactly. But these are the games he should have. Even it's no fitness in terms of regular match play. These are the sort of games, of all due respect, at home that he should be able to get in and get stuck in like he did at Forest. Was it Forest last year? He hadn't played a single minute. I know it was a different stage of the season last year, but he hadn't played a single minute up to that point. Came on as a sub and completely bossed the event after 5-10 minutes. Bossed the game. Could have had a hat trick that day.
I found it quite interesting with the Saka thing that obviously he said there was nothing wrong with him. He hasn't started tonight. Has he kind of learned from that Lille lesson?
Possibly, though. Well, also last year with Saliba as well.
Yeah.
Because
don't get me wrong, I thought Saka was really poor on Sunday. Probably one of the poorest games I've seen him play, but yeah, it might be. Well, no, I can't say it's because he needs to be fresh, because at the end of the day, he hasn't really. He didn't play for England, did he? So
no.
There's obviously something still underlining there.
Yeah, yeah. And you've got Southgate, and people trust Southgate to manage that in Euros. I don't think so.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, he's not going to get no rest this summer.
No.
Well, Reece, that's better. That's better.
Colonel says it's only been 11 minutes. Test the waters. This is a completely different midfield. We do get that, but it's not kids we're playing. But in terms of we're not playing kids in the midfield. But I get what you're saying. But at the same time, like Liam said before, this is the running now. No excuses. 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. I swear to God.
That's all it is.
Because
I don't like to think too ahead, but this is a game where we should be looking to not just 3 points, but get some goal difference.
Maintain that, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that could be the difference.
I think that was a good thing about Sunday drawing 0-0, and I think that was in Arteta's mind that he didn't want to go Man City and lose like 3-0, and then that's that 6-goal swing gone straight away.
Especially knowing that Liverpool had Sheffield United away, Sheffield United at home side on Thursday coming up.
Go on. Go on. Havertz.
I am fearing for Billy.
It's just not running. The ball's not running at the moment. You can tell you can tell a lot of it is rustiness. Like there from Smith Rowe, it's just rustiness.
Yeah. Yeah, Christoph in our group chat says the crowd's too quiet. Needs to liven up a bit more.
But this is what makes me laugh, mate. Like, this is why it makes me laugh when everyone goes on about these games. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just the players. It stems from the crowd as well. Everyone's got to be up for it.
You'd think that 20. Most of them fans in there have waited for 20 years plus. They've waited the full 20 years like us for this title. We missed out last year by whatever way you want to look at it. We're in a better chance. Again, supercomputer. I don't buy into that BS. By the way, it's not falling for us. Seriously, come on.
It's just not falling, is it? You can tell it's rusty. Like, we've completed 110 passes. They've completed 16. Like, when you're dominating like that, you want to see some substance. Like this is they've started so poor, Luton.
Yeah. So, well, Luton are basically doing what you'd expect to do away from home to us is sit back, every man behind the ball and try and soak up the pressure, and then occasionally try and do us on the counter.
Go on. Oh, mate, it's just.
Steve says, I thought Saka did okay Sunday, considering he spent most of the match as the fifth man in the back line of our 5-3-2 formation.
Yeah, to be fair, defensively, he did do a job.
Yeah.
I just think it's not what you're expecting from Saka, is it? But
no.
fair play for him putting the shift in.
I'll prefer to score first, don't pull out the tricks and flicks. Yeah, that does mine in as well. Then Debbie Dozy crew up like, no, it's 0-0, get the goals. Then once you're comfortable, then open up a bit more, then you can do your tricks and flicks.
Shit.
Don't say that.
Yeah. It's just Barkley that worries me.
Yeah, it's Chelsea. Well, even though he's from.
No, because we can see it, Mr. Ian. Rather you didn't, mate. Apparently we're about a minute behind. Oh, shit.
Well, are you watching it live or on the app? I'm watching it on the app, my thing. But if you're watching it live, you should be. I'm the one behind, yeah, because it's on the app thing. It does Discovery app.
I'm 1650.
You're what?
1655 at the moment.
I'm 1741. I'm ahead of you.
You're ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm literally 17 minutes and 48 seconds. 18 just gone for Ian. So he's about 25, 30 seconds ahead of me. Because I'm about to hit 18 now.
It's what it is, isn't it? I always struggle with TNT.
Yeah, I don't get them, but pain in the ass is what they are.
Yeah,
it
is, isn't it?
You can say the word goal, not say who for, and then we just don't until we see it, and after we see it, you can do what you want. That's it. And everyone come together and say, yeah, go for that one, or bastard, you idiots, you this, that, and the other. But if you just say the word goal, give us a heads up in terms of goal, so we know a goal is coming either way.
I think I'm well behind. I'm like 17 now, but I come out of it, went back in.
Yeah.
Let me exit it.
Fully come out of it and try to go back in then. Like fully come out of it. I mean, Ian, if you're free, you want to come on, let us know and I'll send you a link in the group chat.
I'm 19 now.
1910.
Yeah, I'm about roughly the same as you now.
Yeah. There you go. Not too bad now. Yeah. Go on, Tosser. Go on. Toss it in. And there. Oh, have it last bit, bro, you bastard. Fuck's sake. Working hard work. The second we get this, if we get the first goal in this, you're going to see it's even the Finns players will be a bit more calmer. The Finns players that are lashing at this, and it's Luton have scored 43 goals. It's quite a lot for a team in the bottom three.
Their defence does seem to be all panicking over the place, but we just seem to be so rusty.
Yeah, we're playing into it. We're not taking advantage of it just yet.
I don't want us to play them into a game. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Not possession's 80-20. Like
I've just seen it come up on my screen now. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
I'd love to know where they got their 20% from for Luton, though. I've barely seen him touch the ball. Barring goal kicks, with all due respect. Oh, for fuck's sake, Kai, wake up! Oh my God, it pissed me off now. the sickness isn't there with the changes. Yeah, I think he's tempted a bit too much. I think he's got it's Luton. I've got Brighton coming up. Who's obviously Brighton away is gonna be tougher. Then you got Bayern Munich at home. Ian's going to join us in the second half. Okay, cool. I'll send you a link at half time then. Yeah, it's just I think he's done that tampering a bit too much tonight. I would have rather played the strongest 11, start off with, kill the game, and then take the players off. There's no room for her. There's no room. Oh, we're in the final 9-10 games of the season for us.
Yeah.
We've got two other teams in and around us for this title.
I don't like this camera that they got as well.
I don't like it either. No, it's doing my head in. It's tilted as well.
At one point, I was thinking, was it a replay?
Here we go, Trossard in.
Oh,
Havertz. Oh, for fuck's sake, get a proper. Oh.
it's a bit of an infuriating start, isn't it?
Chris is in the chat. Big up, Chris.
Well
Well done.
This game.
Well done. The result last night against them, lot down the road. Go on. Oh,
Trossard, man.
Trossard, mate. Jesus. Trossard needs to get himself in the game, otherwise he'll be off at half time with Martinelli on.
Well, there's so many games that he started this season where he's been flat in the first half, isn't there?
Yeah. Big. And every time that's happened, most of the time that's happened, he's been hooked off, especially at home. Fulham, Man City, gets hooked off of Martinelli. Oh, days. Oh, dear. See if there's any goals yet in the other game. Nope, it's 0-0 as well between Brentford and Brighton as well. Oh, Man City. Let's have a look at their team. Let's have a look. Right, Man City's team against Villa. Stefan Ortega in goal. Rico Lewis, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, and Guaviano.
Yes!
Come on!
Get in there, Odegaard.
Captain. Come on.
Get in.
Finally.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Now the floodgates are open now because they're going to have to come out a bit more. We're just going more gaps up, and we're just going to have a field day now. What? Mate, the first 22 minutes, it was a pain in the arse to watch. Let's go. Yeah, someone else in another group says, look, it's down saying about the camera angle. I'm not liking it either. But yeah, it's like you say, it looked like it was showing the replay from it. I don't like it. Fucks with your head.
Smith Rowe done well there.
Yeah.
He done very well there.
And Havertz,
good goal, that is. Yeah. Good goal.
And the pass was well from Havertz. Nice pace, not too heavy, just spot on for Odegaard just to walk onto it and go, bang, thank you very much. Oh, look. Catherine getting in there to goal goes in. Cheeky. Great work. Havertz and Smith. We've got to give Smith his props as well, Ian.
Smith done really well there, mate.
So we're going to go, what was it? Obviously, you put the bet on, so there you go. Complete. And then we're going to do a little V-check of the question for the next bet.
Oh.
Don't say that.
This is the thing. They put balls into the box, don't they?
Yeah. I'll take all I can get. Yeah, fantastic from ESR as well. Hopefully he builds on it. Yeah, hopefully that's a big confidence booster for him being involved in that. And obviously Arteta sees that and goes, okay, maybe he's useful for us long term, and don't send him in the summer. Good one, Vincent. Exactly. Just keep going. Like it's 0-0. Just keep going. No messing up. Get that goal difference up now. Because now look at Luton now since that goal's gone in. So
Interesting, that isn't it? Well, that's a good ball. Interesting, though, isn't it? Oh, mate. Oh, was that Smith again?
Yeah.
Mate, well done there as well. Tracked him well there. Funny, it's just funny how it just like a goal goes in and then Luton just totally changed the way they play.
Yeah, exactly. It's now going.
Oh Jesus, mate! Fucking hell!
Habits had it. Habits. Ray had it all covered. For once, I'm giving Ray his props. He had it covered.
I don't want Townsend scoring. That's for love or money.
Oh, don't! It'd be a bloodbath there. The whole Arsenal fan base want ESR to succeed. He's playing exactly. But he's one of our own. He's come. He's literally not just an Arsenal fan, but he's literally come from our academy, like Saka. We don't want to. We know what he's capable of, what he can give to this team when he's fully fit. Go on, Leo. Go on, cut in.
Oh, come on, Leo, man. Sometimes.
This is what I'm saying. He needs to get his head out of his arse. If he doesn't, hook him off at half time.
That's poor. Look, they're poor, mate. Take them to the cleaners. Finish them off early.
Yeah. Someone needs to be more alert there. Havertz, really. Ugh.
He can be a bit infuriating, can't he, Mr. Trossard, with certain aspects of his game.
I think in terms of this system at Arsenal, I think he's best suited as a false nine. Out on the wing, he just don't. We don't get the same outlook from him, basically.
Controversial comment.
Go on.
I actually think potentially an explosive winger might be more beneficial to us.
What, than a striker or?
Yeah, at times.
Yeah. With Martinelli, we've got a left-sided one, maybe a right-sided one, winger-wise. So it's not just put on Martinelli to be explosive. That makes sense. And it puts pressure on Saka to step up as well and improve his game.
I think Martinelli also needs proper competition as well, though.
Yeah.
Like, you take the AC Milan lad all day long, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, just a tad, yeah. Yeah. Name your price, AC. You can, yeah. Thank you.
I was just sitting there thinking. I was actually thinking about it today, and I was just thinking that at times, right, like you look at today's game, like with Trossard. No, I totally agree with you. I think in this system, he is best as a false nine, but he doesn't have that piece, does he? That is going to really scare teams. He's got that bit where he can finish. Well done, Nelson.
Well done, Reece. Yeah.
Where you can, where if he gets an opportunity, he's one of the guys you would want ball to ball to. But in terms of his all-round game, mate, it's not good enough for our level.
Yeah. But like Misfit says as well, as a 9 or a left day, he's great. But but where he's predominantly played, not good enough.
And that's why he struggles.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm being totally honest, right, you'd probably rather see Nelson play out there sometimes as the left winger.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, again, he's got, unlike Trossard, he's got that bit of pace. He's a natural winger. He is a natural winger as well in terms of Reece itself. So, and when he has come on under Arteta, since Arteta's walked through the door, played on either left or right, he does a job there. And there must be a reason why Mirkel wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
For a long, not even just stay, but it's more the long-term contract of 4 plus an option of a 5th. You don't do that if it's a fringe player you don't really fancy.
I think he's always liked him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think he's one of them players that when you're either looking for a winner, or definitely when you're looking for a winner, maybe more than when you're behind in a game. That he's the kind of guy you need. Because he causes havoc, don't he? It's just that havoc pace in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But when he started, especially this season, he hasn't really done it, has he, either? If we're being totally honest, yeah. Like, he had that opportunity, didn't he, at Liverpool in the Cup, and he didn't take it. And these are the opportunities where he needs to do something.
Yeah. But like I said earlier on, like last season when it came to Forest, even though he didn't start in that game, he had to come on because Saga got himself injured before the World Cup. He had to sort of dig deep, and it took him about 5-10 minutes to settle. But once he settled, he used it. He took the advantage of it and started asking the question, basically. Because back then, you got to remember as well. Back then, prior to him coming on in that game, it wasn't nailed on that he was staying put. It was like discussed that he may be looking to go elsewhere, wasn't it at the time? Because he wasn't getting the minutes. Russ says it's like watching someone play FIFA. This camera angle's killing me. Doing my head in.
It's awful, isn't it, mate? It's absolutely awful.
Well, it's more so when we're attacking, going towards the clock end. It's like the camera tilts. It's like you have to tilt your head to fucking balance it out again. Fucking that's your head. AFC says, win this game and let's put pressure back on Liverpool. Exactly. But also get that goal difference, maintain that goal difference. So no matter what they do tomorrow, we've still got that to our advantage, basically. Look, I don't want to see Luton go down this season because they actually have tried to stay up, unlike the other two. What
are you doing, Sinchenko?
Oh, fuck off, you idiot.
Hell, mate. He's
Luton.
not good enough, mate. I've said it enough times. Like, technically, he's very good, but defensively, he shits the hell out of me, mate. Look, he tries to put the responsibility on Gabriel there. Just deal with it, mate. Absolutely deal with it.
He's a senior player himself. He's been here with Man City in terms of this stage of the season.
Yeah, he's not good enough.
Take some responsibility. He's booted into the stands for a corner. Let's do something. Don't do that. This is Luton. With all due respect, this is Luton. I was saying, I don't want them going down because I don't have a two. They've actually tried. They're doing their best to try and stay up, but I don't. Tonight, that goes out the window. I want the goals. I want the points.
Yeah.
But Steph Liam's off. Yep.
Oh, mate.
They took 33.
There's a reason to be off. I'm off.
As I said earlier, I fear for Billy.
Go on. Oh, go on.
Oh, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. Oh, you bastard.
Hell. Oh, that needs to be 2. That does. And this is where it's not falling for Smith Rowe.
It's a couple of years back before he got injured last season. He was scoring them for fun, then from that sort of angle. Gabriel read that one well despite Sinchenko. Yeah, well, he had to. Fucking Sinchenko threw him under the bus nearly. That's a perfectly good challenge. Fuck off, you twat.
A fully fit Smith Rowe will score that.
Yeah.
We need to go 2-0 in this game. Like, I don't want to be thinking about these games again when we're dominating the game so massively and then just concede out of shit. Do you know what I mean? I think once we get the second goal, I think it'd be really comfortable.
Right. Little break and play here. Who's got their bets on anyways? Have a look. I've got one bet on Havertz to score the next goal. Hang on, people. Put your money where your mouth. Put your virtual money where your mouth is. Yeah, Ian says loves Ginny, but sometimes he gives me the heebie-jeebies. That's
Give me
one.
more
That's the PC way of putting it. Yeah.
I think I've been blessed with Kivor over the last 4, 5, 6, 7 games.
Yeah. And Kivior's he's not a natural left back for crying out loud. Brought him in as a bloody. He's done a fantastic job. That's my point. Zinchenko this is meant to be Zinchenko's position, for fuck's sake.
I bet old Stefan's smug at the moment.
Sitting pretty at the top of the championship.
Looking down at old Tommy boy.
Tom's not happy either. I know that for a fact. I think the exact words were in the group chat. Why won't Ipswich fuck off?
Mate, they keep getting these big 97-minute winners, don't they? Cracks me up.
Yeah. But the one from on Monday, that's the most flukiest one you'll ever see in any league. The fact that the player fell to the play, he went for the shot, didn't happen, so he got himself back and toe poked it towards goal, and it went in.
He is the new El Smuggo, mate.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Russ, if we win the Premier League, mate, there won't be a bigger El Smuggo than myself.
I will be unbearable to every single rival fan. In particular, a certain Man City fan that talks about fucking football heritage. I'm going to be an absolute dickhead.
Heritage.
I'm going to be a dickhead to them people all summer.
I'll show some football heritage, mate. The league tables in the 90s.
Yeah. Even
the 2000s.
I was just showing a picture of Niall Quinn running down the line saying, we fucked up, you need to score before we get relegated to League 2. Fuck, it's too late.
Come on, Nelson. Don't.
I'll never forget that. Niall Quinn, this is Niall Quinn back end of his career, literally. That's a player. Oh, we're fine. Actually, 2 minutes. No, we need to score.
He's got in on Odegaard there, look.
Yeah, Odegaard's down now, for fuck's sake.
It's not what you need.
As I told you, Chris, when you put that in the group chat yesterday, supercomputer my arse. How is it after the weekend? Liverpool have gone from one extreme to the other in terms of the Opta computer. Man City have gone from one extreme to the other, but Arsenal maintained the same, and we're second, 2 points behind you at the time.
Strange.
That makes sense. Hamza, I can't stand the dickhead. Football heritage. I've supported Man City all my life. I went to Oldham back in the day. No, you fucking didn't. If I mentioned a certain situation to him, he wouldn't have a clue what I was on about.
The old games are coming thick and fast now, though, aren't they?
Yeah, every 3 days, isn't it going to be the same?
Not good for the old ticker, I can tell you that much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you're back here on Saturday for the away game, and then are you going to the Bayern game?
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Bayern game. Going to be at the Bayern game, and I'm going to be at the Villa game. Then Wolves. No, then Bayern away, isn't it? Then Wolves away.
Yeah, Bayern away, then
Wolves, Chelsea at home. I'll be at Chelsea home.
Yeah.
Spurs away.
At least Billy waited. It didn't wait too long. He just got, you know what, Dad? I'm going to come early for you, just in case.
And this is the problem now. Look.
Yeah, I'm just saying it now.
This is what worries me, mate. It's just like we're one cap. This is why we need to get games out of sight, mate. And this is what we haven't been doing at home effectively enough. I think Newcastle was probably the only one lately. I actually think I prefer us away from home. We'll play White. Come on.
Go. Go on. Shoot, you bastard.
Mate.
Oh, you bastard.
Just score.
Got a corner now, so no excuse. BX says Trossard looks very up. Yeah. He hasn't got in the game at all tonight so far. We know what
He'll be coming off me at half time.
Yeah, I was about to say we know what happens when he starts badly in the first half. We know what happens at half time.
Martinelli could do with 45 minutes as well.
Yeah.
Martinelli's going to rip these in these positions.
It's like Ian said earlier in the chat. He's the only genuine attacker we've got with genuine pace to just run at that defence.
Mate, what is this? Oh, mate, what is this camera about?
Oh, how did that not go in?
How's he not scored that then? If that, mate, we're really letting him off the hook at the moment.
Let's have a look from this angle.
Oh, he's unlucky there. He's actually kicked it against.
Oh
him.
yeah, he ricocheted off his. Yeah, it was going away. Didn't get the connection it needed. Yeah, because he wasn't expecting it. He didn't get the connection he needed to poke it in.
We really, for all this dominance, we need to be at least 2 up.
Oh bloody hell! Give me a long 24 hours for him then. Ian says he's flying over for the Bayern game, then getting the red eye home on Wednesday and going straight to work. Jesus. Fucking fair play to you. The thing is, Ian, as you land back in the homeland, Liam will be walking through the door at 8:30 in the morning. So,
Oh God, man, I can't be doing that. So. Jesus.
Just pray that there's no closures on your way home. Then.
Yeah. I am on the old paternity leave at the moment, though.
Oh, something's coming apparently.
Oh yes, Nelson. I said that, didn't I? Big one. Yeah. I said it'd be good for him to get a goal.
It was like Smith Rowe. Is it Smith Rowe?
Yay!
Come on. Smith Rowe assists as well. Gets in there. Come on.
That is what we needed. That is the goal we needed.
And now Billy's awake.
He's actually getting fed at the moment, I think.
Oh, dear. But Smith Rowe again. Involved in both goals. But this time got the assist.
Really pleased that he scored.
Yeah. Now it's just going cruise control and absolutely tear this team apart. I don't care. I know.
Wait a minute, but he's crying. I think he's putting him in the bath.
Oh, God, say. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think that's on me, this one, to be fair.
Baptism of fire. Oh, dear.
Is that an own goal?
I
think it's an own goal. It's an own goal, mate. It's not even Nelson. That's an own goal.
Oh, no.
That's an own goal, mate. That's an own goal. It ain't even Nelson.
No, hit off the bloody number 27 Zeg. Oops. Oh, well, paid out now.
You lucky buggers. See, that's where you need my eagle eye, mate.
Yeah, well, it's not my money. It's all virtual, so it doesn't.
Still though, mate. I think Catherine's points needs to be taken back off her.
Please don't take my points. Emerson's going for Havertz for the next goal. Going big.
Do you know something, Emerson?
Oh, here we go. It's Man City coming out at the Etihad as we speak. Come on, Villa. I know Martinez is not even starting for the Villa. Oh, well, that's Villa ain't played. Villa ain't offering basically. Bastards. Well, that's what BX. That's what we want. We want the goal difference our superior goal difference to maintain.
What do you reckon Saturday, mate? Do you reckon he'll go Jorginho and Rice Saturday?
Yeah, I think that's why he's rested them tonight because obviously, with all due respect, Brighton away and then Bayern days later are the tougher games compared to this one. He can afford to rotate in this game with all due respect. Yeah, either way, it's a Smith Rowe assist, as Pinky says.
Oh, Smith Rowe, I tell you what, mate, Smith Rowe's had a decent game.
Up for it. What point to prove?
I'd love him to score tonight. If there's anyone I want to score, it's Smith Rowe.
Yeah, absolute blaster as well, or typical
Go on.
typical one. Or what you know. Take Catherine points away. Oh, dear. We've currently got 1,414 people watching over the 3 platforms, by the way. If we get a pen and we're falling up, will they let Reece take it?
No, I think whoever's the best person to take the penalty takes the penalty.
Yeah.
We don't mess around.
It depends on who's if he's still on the pitch or not as well.
I think this at this point in the season, you've got to be professional in every single approach you do.
No, you meant ESR instead of Reece. You meant to say
Not even ESR, mate. Not even the dream. Not even ESR. It'd have to be Odegaard for me at the moment. If he's on the pitch.
Here's what I'm saying. Depends on who's going to be on the pitch by that
Yeah,
time.
if Jorginho's on, then he's obviously probably your man.
Yeah.
Go on, party.
Go on.
Oh, unlucky.
Go on. Where did 4 minutes come from? Any stoppages? I can't remember any.
Don't know, but well, they ain't doing much, are they? So.
Yeah, it is what it is. So we're back at the top of the tree for 24 hours at least. Oh, I wonder if that shirt you liked last year is still available, Liam.
What the penguin one?
The parrot one, yeah.
Oh, sorry, the parrot. Yeah, well, mate, I tell you what, right? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Going to the victory parade in that little parrot shirt.
Oh dear. Either a parrot. We've got a choice, haven't we? We've got the parrot on its perch, or the elephant on the top of a tree, looking down on everyone.
I don't like being smug, you know what I mean? A cigar hanging out my mouth as well would go down well.
The A-team style as well.
Fucking hell, party.
Oh,
They've got a free kick right on the edge, right at the end of the first half. There's something about us, isn't there, in the last seconds of the first half
a bit sloppy, yeah. BX says, who's getting the number 26 with Gabriella? That's on the back. That's the lever, and Gabrielle's name moulded into one. I'm sure we could find someone in that little group we have, Liam.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, he's back early.
There he is.
He's back early. There he is.
I know you're not used to this.
What's going on? I'm halfway there in my prediction, by the way.
Yeah, one more and I've got mine.
Yeah.
No more, I've got mine.
No more. Well, Charlie went 2-0, so.
There's going to be a whole game.
Charlie, as long as we win, get the 3 points, that's all that matters this stage of the season.
There he is.
He's like, get that camera off me, Dad.
You know, casual, yeah, casual as you like. I thought it's been quite a good first half. Partey just still makes me feel a bit nervous on the ball.
Yeah, it's a fatigue.
He's not fit enough, is he?
Yeah,
That's the problem.
He's just not sure, is he? He
No.
wants to make the right pass, as opposed to being more fluid, doesn't he?
Mm.
I'll tell you what I think, mate, in that first half, yeah, right? I thought you could tell there was a lot of rustiness, couldn't you, in that first 15, 20 minutes, and a lot of players and a lot of game time. But Luton have been absolutely appalling. And if we hadn't got in at least 2-0 up, mate, I'd have been pretty disappointed because that dominance is
You need
ridiculous.
to play. You
Really.
need to play.
That bad.
It
They're
needs to
arguing with
pay
each
off,
other.
doesn't it? It needs to pay off.
Yeah, they're arguing with each other after 10 minutes, mate. Like, you need to put these guys to bed, mate. Do you know what I mean? Sooner we get this third goal, mate, at the start, we can start making the subs. And potentially get Odegaard off, give him a rest, I reckon, after 60 minutes, hopefully, if we can get the third goal. I think Smith Rowe, mate, I think he's been, on my personal opinion, I think he's been one of our best players. I think he's been brilliant.
I think Smith Rowe's had a cracking first half. And he's one of the guys that you wouldn't think, hasn't been playing. Do you know what I mean? I think he's been really commanding in that role and he's tried to make things happen. He's made really nice runs. I think Trossard, though, for me, what's a first half? Some of the turns and that touch when he was on the line, just unbelievable.
You think Trossard's played well?
I think he's played well down that side.
Nah, not for me.
Right.
I don't think he's done anything wrong, but we was talking about
those touches, isn't he? He's had those touches of brilliance that we know he can have, but there's been no one else that's kind of set it alight. I think Havertz has done what he's needed to do, as in hold the ball up. Obviously, got the assist and stuff like that. But Reece Nelson, it's almost like he's afraid to take him on. He's able to do it. It's like he just doesn't want to. It's like a fear of losing it. So I'd rather play it safe. We're actually in that position. You need to take him on. He's got the youth. He's got the speed. He can do it. It's self-belief, isn't it? I think he lacks that self-belief when he probably sees the likes of Saka and Jesus comes on and plays on that right. They're just instant, aren't they? Where he just kind of thinks I've got to warm into a game, and by the time he's warmed in, he's probably taken off. So
I was saying to Ryan, I think in the summer, right, I think it's as important, if not more important, that we get that explosive winger in. Like, I think we definitely need another option. I think this could potentially be Nelson's last game you see him start a game. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but this be realistic. Unless we go out the title race at any point now, between now and the end of the season, you ain't going to see Nelson play again, are you?
He's not a player for me that you go, we've got him on the bench. If we bring him on, something could happen. You need that player. You need that player. And for me, as harsh as it sounds, I think Jesus almost becomes that player on the right side. When you get that striker down the middle, he is the player, isn't he? The explosive guy that can come off the bench, make something happen. You could play him down the centre, play him on the right. He's that super sub again that he used to be. And it's awful to think we're saying it because when we got him in, we were thinking, bloody hell, we've got a winner here. But we still need an out-and-out striker, don't we?
If I'm that critical, I think the same with Martinelli at times. I sit there and think that some games, do you know what? If you had another winger who could play on the left, that was absolute of a competition type to Martinelli, then you've got Martinelli to come on in the last 30 minutes. And we've seen what he can do in second half games when he comes on. Look at the Crystal Palace game. Look at the Manchester City at home game. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one wants to play against a fit Martinelli in the last 30 minutes when you've been run ragged by another winger. So I think that winger, I think it's really important next year, especially when you start looking at how many games that we've had to potentially play Saka. And I was saying to Ryan earlier on, I think Arteta's learned from the Lille game with Saka in this instance and thought, you know what, I'm just going to take him out of the team. Like he should have done at Lille. He should have taken him to Lille. He should have left him at home that game and just whatever happened because it was Lille away. Yeah. We lost the game anyway. And I think he's learned by that. I think he's definitely learned by that, which is a good thing. But yeah, I just think, mate, moving forwards, I think another explosive winger in this team. Well, firstly, add competition and get the better out of the players. But also, mate, in the last 30 minutes, mate, you ain't gonna want to come up against these guys, are you? If they're coming.
No. When you're knackered and you can't handle it anymore, the pace, and then they bring on someone like Martinelli on, that'd be your bloody worst nightmare. It genuinely would. And saying that Trossard, although I think he's great, he's a squad player, and he's one of those guys where actually, in the last 25 minutes, half an hour, like you say, you bring him on, he could make something happen. He can find a pass when the legs are getting tired, and he does switch his movement and stuff like that. He's a really good utility guy, isn't he? You can play anywhere in that front four quite happily, and I think he would. I think he would do that for Arsenal. But like you say, there's still a lot of players, in my opinion, that need to go in the summer. And it's not being horrible or critical of them. It's nothing personal or anything like that. It's just, if you want that next level, that's what you need to do. I think you're with me, aren't you, Liam, on that one. You've got to look at your Nketiahs. They're not going to, if they haven't done it yet, they're not going to do it at this club. No. And Reece Nelson, they're good players, but I think if they get in the right team, they could be a real good, they could be a great player at another club, but it's just not happening here. And I think we've got Nketiah, Nelson. There's players we hung on to, didn't we, that we just got rid of recently, that we kind of held on to that hope, didn't we? Will Holding break in and do his thing. No, he won't. We've got to let go of that now. And Smith Rowe's now at that crossroads where if he does have those games where he shows that bit in the first half like he did there, that creativity, he's still got a lot to give. I think injuries have plagued him more than the others. So it's more, the others have had opportunities. It's kind of slipped away from him. Smith Rowe, he's now got to take that because that window's coming up and Arteta's becoming more ruthless, isn't he? He's not worried about, they came through they came through and let's hang on to them. He's not like that, is he? It's a case of, I want to get to the next level. What do I do?
Yeah.
And I think we're all in agreement, aren't we? I don't know who else you look at in that respect.
I think when you talk like that, right, you just got to look at the left back situation now. Right, he went from Kieran Tierney to Zinchenko. He's now gone Zinchenko to Timber. Now I know obviously Timber got injured, but that passage of play in that left back role shows you, right, that Arteta will get the right player in at the right time, but that right player in the right time might not be the right player in 2 years' time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And when you start looking,
Tierney, didn't we? We thought Tierney was the one. As soon as he came in, we thought, bloody hell, this player's here long term.
I was sitting there today thinking, I was messing around on FM, funnily enough, and obviously he's still on there because he's a lone player. And I just sat there and thought about him, and I sat there and thought, do you know what? Yeah, right. 2 years ago, before the season started, we was all talking about Kieran Tierney to be the next Arsenal captain.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%.
Yeah, we was all talking about Kieran Tierney to be the next Arsenal captain. Yeah, right. We never would have dreamed, in a million years at that point that Declan Rice would be at the club. Yeah, right. But you know what? Arteta had that vision, didn't he, in terms of this is where I'm at now, this is what I want, and this is where we're going to go. And I think that left back passage just shows you what's going to happen moving forward in all these positions. Now, for me, this year, coming into this summer, is all about the attack. For me, I think it is all about the attack and potentially a holding player. Now, if you said to me now, what would I rather have, a number 9 or another winger? It's really, really tricky because I think in certain games, I think like Man City away the other day, I think an explosive winger could be more beneficial for us in that game. Do you know what I mean? In that particular game, I think it's someone on an ilk that can absolutely run at players, take players, and just be absolutely lethal on the counter attack. That's what we need.
And cause an issue.
Yeah. But then there's other games where we look at where we sit there and think, you know what, we've been desperate for a number 9, but we still do score a lot of goals. We just had a bad period, didn't we? At the start, between December and January, where we didn't score goals. But if we get them 2 positions sorted alongside the holding midfielder, then we will automatically go to that next level. Like, we're in a title race for a second year in a row, and we're looking at players like Nelson and Ketia. Smith Rowe, like you said, is on a crossroad. There's at least 3 or 4 players on that bench here, right, that you won't see here next year.
At least.
Fabio
And then
Vieira.
you're talking as well that
There
you've
you
got players
go. Fabio Vieira. He said he's another one.
well, and he's right, because I just don't see how Fabio Vieira gets in his squad at the moment. And I think once we get another number 6 in, it's going to become even harder for Fabio Vieira. But I would. El Neni, yeah, he'll definitely go, won't he? He'll go in the summer.
You know what? I think we just love El Neni, don't we? He's so loyal, and I think but then it's another thing we've become accustomed to. Loyalty shouldn't keep a player at the club. It should be the level you want to get to. And
do you know what El Neni is? Do you know what El Neni is? The Conor Cody of England.
He loves Arsenal.
He's like the cheerleader, the geezer in the dressing room, and I think he's a massive piece of that dressing room. And I think you see it when we win a big game, right, at the Emirates, right, and everyone's coming off, and it's all blah blah blah.
He's there.
He's there, mate. He's always there, El Neni, mate, and he's always hugging Arteta and everything. I think he's such a big piece of that dressing room.
It wouldn't surprise me if they keep him at the club in some capacity, because he lives and breathes it, doesn't he? He loves it. He genuinely loves it. And as you say, even if it's as a cheerleader, bloody hell, I'd have him. I think he's quality. He's kind of adapted the Arsene Wenger coat as well. He's kept that.
Like Jorginho, though, isn't it? He's like Arteta's coach on the sideline, because he can go down. Do you know, he can go down and warm up, and he can go down to wherever he needs to go down to, and he can talk, can't he? Jorginho does it unbelievably when he's on the bench.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting summer. Very interesting summer. And as I say, Arteta's going to be the one taking him to the blade, isn't he? He knows who he wants in that team, and he'll do what it takes to get those players in. And I think the striker is always going to be the big thing that's talked about this summer, though, isn't it? Because it's been the thing that's been talked about all season. And Havertz has kind of filled the gap nicely, but it's still not the answer.
No, it's definitely not the answer. I think watching this game today, we can tell it's not the answer moving forwards. But he's doing a job for the team for me at the moment. And he'll continue to do that job. But I think I said this to Ryan as well on the show. What he will become, Havertz, and I think this is why we'll see the best out of him in a year, 2 years' time, is he'll become he'll become that player off the striker, won't he? Yeah. Especially when you get into later into games. If you've got a physical striker, say you've got an Osimhen up front and you've got Havertz as well, mate, no one's going to want to play against that, are they?
The hold-up play is fantastic. Sorry.
Speaking of Osimhen, we should get him.
Well, there you go.
There you go. You said it, so I'm going to go with it.
The boy has spoken.
He's spoken, mate, so I'm going with it.
Who else?
Ivan Toney too.
Ivan Toney. He's...
Well, you get Russ going in a minute, mate. You'll get some bites out of Russ. That's even better.
I met him the other day, which was the amazing thing. He was at the boxing.
Oh, was he?
And really nice guy. And I went up to him. I said, "Oh, you don't mind having a photo, do you?" He went, "Oh, no, it's fine. I said, "So, when are you coming then?" And he looked at me and he went, "What?" I said, "So, when are you coming? You've got to come see, we need you. We need you at the Arsenal." And he went, "No, we'll see what happens." And I thought, you tease.
he's flirting, mate. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's quality. Havertz is our new Giroud. That's quite a shout.
Yeah. I will say this comment here before being in. This comment here was meant for you, Job, before you left, but you did leave as it was coming in.
Oh, who's abused me now?
Your favourite person in my family.
Hair red, pink, and here's Freddie. Oh, mate, I'll take that in a heartbeat.
But no, that's your favourite person from my family that we spoke about when we met up the other week.
That's good.
Villa have just equalised against City.
Yay!
Who's that?
Villa have equalised against City.
Oh, Villa, there you go. Who scored for Villa? I know Rodri scored for them.
Rodri scored for them, and Duran,
there you go.
Uran Duran. Just equalised just now.
Yeah, that's a positive.
I would look at Kvaratskhelia over Osimhen. Fair.
I know.
Who's that said that comment?
That's my brother.
Oh, is that your brother?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
big shout out.
put this in just as you were leaving earlier. So I thought I'll save it and be fair, show
To
you.
be fair, I'd dye my hair red, but I'd probably be single.
All the colours he does her hair.
Well, yeah, this is it, but it's very different, mate. What she does with her hair and what I do with mine,
Oh,
it's
right.
two very different things, as you are fully aware.
Just say if we win the league come May and end the next.
Oh, if we win the league, the tattoo's going on, and goodness knows what else.
I'm rolling back the years. I want to relive my youth.
That was a good goal for Villa.
It was Duran, I think.
Yeah, they just said that.
Yeah, Ian, what have you made of the first half? Anyway, before the second half gets underway.
Yeah, I thought we started off a bit sluggish. As I said in the comments, the slickness wasn't there, but you can put that down to, not having the normal guys on the pitch. There's a few lads there still, I wouldn't say fully match fit. But we grew into it, got the 2 goals, and yeah, I'm just hoping that we get a third and a fourth, and then we can just start resting more players.
I always want a third. I always want a third because I'm still not happy when it's 2.
No.
It just
the dangerous
reminds
scoreline
of old, doesn't it? Where you were never happy with 2-0, and I don't think a lot of clubs are now. To be fair,
no.
I think all it takes is that goal, and it spins a total mentality and game change.
Yeah, exactly. Like, 1 goal at 2-0, and it's game on.
I'm just glad I've got this on mute with Robbie Savage. To be fair, but that makes me happy.
The only positive,
I mute.
second half's underway and Partey's still a bit rusty in the passing in midfield there. Go on, Reece, go on.
Right, I'm gonna. I'll shoot and I'll be back on.
I'll see you in about 40 odd minutes.
About 40 minutes. Do you want?
Yeah.
Coming on too.
He'll be coming on too, apparently.
School night, isn't it? Is it a school night? It's a holiday still over there.
Mate, it's going to be holidays for a long time. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So just so we know, what minutes are you guys on, or what time is on the screen now at the moment?
46, 43 from me.
47-31.
47-58 for me.
How are you ahead of me suddenly?
Well, it's all on you then, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try and stifle my celebrations.
Nah,
No, you're live now, so you can celebrate. And just
you're live now, just
Yeah.
do it.
Just go crazy.
It's just when if it goes in the other end, it pisses us off.
Yeah.
Did you see, Liam, that Villa equalised against City?
Yeah, I see that. Duran, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be. I'm not expecting anything tonight, but
Don't speak too soon. So that's early on in that game, so don't speak too soon. Don't jinx it.
Very early.
But what did he score? But there was a check for VAR for offside for Dooku, but they gave it 2 minutes later.
Not that we cared about Man City, but what do you make of Doku? To me, he's just he's not terrible, but and I know he's only new to the league and all that, but
I think it's that first season thing he's adapting, but he showed a bit of what he's capable of at the start when he first arrived, but then he's just gone in his shell. Benjamin in both home and away has absolutely put him on toast in both games. So he's a bit predictable for me, even in other games as well.
He reminds me of Pepe in that he shows great promise, but loses so often, and but can provide a moment's magic or a magic moment.
Yeah, was it you, Liam, that said that to me yesterday?
What's that?
About Pepe being someone else about Pepe being very similar to Doku in terms of.
What me?
That might be someone else. Someone else so many conversations yesterday going off and WhatsApp and all that. I think it might be you.
Where did Doku come from?
Anderlecht. I think it was Anderlecht. I can't remember now. Obviously, he's Belgium international. Let's have a look.
I think it's quite hard in the winger's role now, isn't it? In terms of
well, especially when you're coming from wherever he came from. I'm going to find that now.
Yeah, I think it's very hard.
You're coming to the treble winners of the best team in the world, basically.
That's the thing, right? When you start looking at the players that they brought in this summer, yeah, like they have not strengthened that team in terms of what they had before, have they? Like,
No.
And they brought players in that you probably wouldn't expect them to bring in. Even like was it the guy from Wolves?
I can't remember his name now. Yeah,
midfielder. Like he's nowhere near like Douglas Amara's level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mateus, what his name is from Wolves. Yeah, literally, but that made no sense to me. No big club was either after me, either in terms of an Arsenal, Liverpool. It made no sense.
I'm just glad they didn't get Declan Rice.
So, yeah, I always had faith. Like most of our fan base when that happened.
Yes, Orr is pulling a few nice strings here, kind of in the number 10 position. There's a nice little move coming up. He's playing well.
Yeah, I've just got it on Google now. In 2020, he joined League Rennes and made 75 appearances, and then from Rennes, he's then joined Man City last summer.
Well, there you go. He's coming from the French league like Pepe, isn't he? Probably they probably all play the the same kind of way, don't they? In the French league.
But what's the weird one tonight is Haaland's on the bench. No, they haven't beaten the top. They haven't beaten a top 5 side this season. The teams in the top 5 this season, at home or away. You'd think, especially with Roy Keane's comments then as well, League 2 striker. You'd think they'd be proving a point today.
He'll be back at Palace.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's just sloppy. That is.
Yeah. I know they've got Real Madrid next Wednesday. Is it Wednesday next week? I know we're playing Tuesday. But can I say they're rotating and all that? Fucking Villa, decent team.
I think within the next 10, 15 minutes, I'll be looking to get Declan on, especially obviously with Partey and Smith Rowe not had no 90 minutes.
Yeah. I think we're going to see
it's a funny one with Haaland because it's not. If they were playing somebody like Luton or Sheffield United at home, you'd understand them resting them. But Villa, I know they're not God's gift to football, but as we were saying last night, they're a surprise package. You don't know what you're going to get. I'm surprised that Haaland isn't starting.
Well, especially them and Tottenham are the 2 teams that are playing all 3 of us in the running. You'd think you'd take advantage and just go put them to the sword and leave them to Arsenal and Liverpool to deal with.
Yeah.
This Chong's not a bad player, is he?
No, was he ex-United Academy player as well? But no, he's a decent player. He fits their system well. This is what I say about Luton. We all probably expected them to be rock bottom by now, probably relegated. The whipping boys of the league, but they've come up with a championship side, of all due respect, with a few free agents thrown in, like Barkley and all that, and they've just gone about it and done and tried everything they can in their power to stay up.
Yeah, I have a huge amount of respect for them because I was exactly the same as you, Ryan. I fully thought that they potentially could have beaten Derby's record of the lowest points and all that.
Yeah,
and I was delighted to hear Arteta today kind of giving them some flowers because I think they deserve it. When you look at the size of their ground and the money they've spent, it's a miracle that they're still in with a chance of staying up. Now, I still do think that they will go down, but I'd be very happy if they stayed up.
I think this points thing's going to come. I think that's what's going to come down to if they stay up or not by the looks of it. Because if Everton get another points deduction, because that's coming next week or so, and even if they appeal that, what are the chances of them getting of whatever the points is would be reduced enough after the season's finished to save them?
Yeah.
It's going to be that. Yeah, I think the whole Luton, Everton, and all that, that last spot to go down to the last game, I think. But I think out of the 3, if one of the 3 came up last season with a stay up, I'd happily back Luton because they've actually tried all season. The other two have just been the battering ram most of the season.
Yeah, sorry, there was a positive break on there for Arsenal. Looked like a bit of a foul, but wasn't given. But yeah, it's very tight down there. And those, like I spoke about it before, or we spoke about it on a show before, like it's just madness to me that they do these points deductions in the middle of the season, and so many of them. On one hand, they kind of have to, but on the other hand, it's so hard for teams to know where they stand, especially when points are given back after appeals, and you just don't know where you stand.
Well, there's a situation now. We know we're Forest because they've appealed there, so we know that we won't know if they're in the bottom three come May 19th, but their appeal hasn't been dealt with. They could literally be. I think they're down, but in 2 days, 2 or 3 days later, go. Actually, you've got the points back. You're now surviving. It could be the same for Everton.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go on.
Similar start in the second half to the start in the first half. A little controlling the game, but a little bit sloppy.
I think Fatigue's going to kick in on a few of these.
Yeah. The sloppiness, though, is coming from the players that haven't played much this season in general. Partey's, your Reece Nelsons, and all that.
Yeah.
The one standout from them is Smith Rowe tonight so far.
Yeah, Darby's had a good game.
Yeah, this could be a case of the players and the manager just saying, look, let's just get the job done, get the 3 points. Don't be going crazy.
Yeah.
Reserve some energy.
Oh, well done, Havertz. So unlucky. He does do a lot of running, don't he, Havertz?
I'm a big fan, I have to say, of Havertz.
Yeah, obviously it took him a while to settle with us because obviously learning a new system and new teammates and new surroundings, and getting that Chelsea hoodoo off his back in terms of not just the way they played and all that, but the mental bashing he took from that fan base.
Yeah.
And some of our own fan base in the summer because they're idiots. It's second, as I was saying earlier, second half of the season. I think it was the away game from this season against Luton onwards. He's just kicked on. He got that goal in that game. He just kicked on.
Man, you made that easy for him.
Zinchenko, obviously.
I think ESR is knackered. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see him get taken off.
Who's that?
Smith Rowe. I think he looks very tired.
Honestly, I'll be changing the midfield soon, mate.
Yeah.
You can't expect much more than 65 minutes out of him.
No. And it's been a good 60 for him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we're tuning up, but I'd rather other God not do the tricks and flicks like that into a player.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
What I don't like, do you know what this game reminds me of a little bit? Like, do you remember Forest at home, first game of the season, where it was 2-0, right? It was so comfortable, and then out of the blue they scored, and then the game's so bloody hard.
Last 5 minutes, murder,
Like, it's reminding me of that at the moment. Like, look, just like a mistake like that.
That's a very soft free kick. Surely that wasn't a free kick.
But we're just not. He needs to make a change, mate.
What minute are you on, Liam?
50. Oh, Liam, sorry. I'm on 59:43.
I've got the on mute. What's the atmosphere been like?
I have it on mute as well, but a lot of people saying it's very quiet.
know, I expect that.
I'd pay really good money to have an option on Sky or whatever to just be able to have the crowd noise, to be able to have the atmosphere, but not the commentators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically, like we did in COVID, basically. Yeah.
Don't we go back 6 times, mate?
there's a certain commentators or co-commentators you just can't bother to listen to because they just do your head in.
And even some of the main commentators are awful as well.
Yeah. Gabby. Yeah, I'm on 60-34 now.
Yeah, you're only 20 seconds behind me, Ryan.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's not too bad then.
Yeah, he's got to make the chat. He's got to bring something on.
Yeah, we've gone flat in terms of I played the crowd's flat. By the way, I've got it on number 1, number 2 volume on monitor, and they only sort of pick up sound when we're somewhat on a counter attack. Other than that, it's like there's a sitting there waiting for it to happen.
I honestly think we're best suited away from home. Like the actual games that concern me, like I Villa and Chelsea at home, just because I think we're better suited away from home at times.
I think Chelsea will be different because it's a London derby and it's Chelsea. I think they're probably more up for it in that side of things. It's just the players themselves who've got to stick themselves out for that. Then
They've done pretty well against the top clubs, haven't they?
Yeah,
so we can't be complacent in that game whatsoever.
No. But I'm just saying in terms of atmosphere.
Well, the atmosphere will be there because the atmosphere will definitely be there because it's Chelsea. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just down to the players and just turn up and do their job.
Every time the camera goes to that funny angle, it looks like they're showing a replay.
That's what I thought in the first half. That's what I thought in the first half, mate.
That's it's doing my head in. It also sometimes it looks like it's tilting as well. Because like, fuck, but the camera's got to fall off.
Do you know what it feels like this game? It feels like a UEFA Cup match.
They're just going for the emotion sort of thing, yeah. It's like we've got the lead that we need to go through sort of thing. It's just going for the emotion.
Oh, Leo.
I will be taking Partey off as well in the next 5 minutes. I say he's done over an hour of football. We hasn't played much. He God knows how long. That's going to kick us in the arse otherwise. Oh, fuck off! He can go off as well. Then Trossard can go off as well.
Fuck's sake, mate! Just he's got to go off, mate. Honestly,
I'll get Gabby on for the next 25-30 minutes.
Yeah, mate, you don't really get Martinelli last 15-20 minutes of a game, do you?
No, that pure pace and power that he can give you. I'll bring Jorginho on for Thomas, as in Thomas Partey. Jesus for Reece. Just to give him a few minutes run out as well, because get his fitness up as well, Jesus. Smith Rowe. Trying to think Fabio for Smith Rowe or Odegaard for Smith Rowe. Odegaard for Fabio. Either way, Fabio to come on for one of the Odegaard or Smith Rowe. I mean, just go from there, really.
Yeah, Jesus and Martinelli would bring a little bit of chaos factor with them.
Yeah.
I love Trossard. I think he's an excellent player, but he just doesn't do what Martinelli does. I know he's a different type of player. He plays more internally.
Yeah.
But we do miss, as I said in the comments, you do miss when we don't have Martinelli. We miss that pace. And I agree with you, Liam. I've been saying for a long time. Don't get me wrong. I'd love us to sign a big, a striker. But we need some pace on the wings, and I hopefully we go for both. Because you think about it, Arteta when he went to make his big forward signing, it was Rafinha. He didn't get him, but it was a winger he went for, not a striker.
It's interesting, isn't it? That obviously he wanted him 2 years ago, weren't it, Rafinha?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, just before we got
2 years ago, we didn't got no one else. But we definitely need that ilk, mate. Like I think definitely in the big games, I think it will help us massively.
Yeah. Look at the business end of seasons as well. To have options like that is a huge help. There's a free kick to Arsenal, yellow card. For
Yeah, it's
Clark.
still 0-0 between Brentford and Brighton, and 1-1 between Villa and City. Just checks.
I'm keeping an eye on the Brighton game here in the hopes that a player or two goes off injured.
Yeah. But in Brighton, sometimes it comes down to the fact that it doesn't even come down to injuries. It comes down to Jekyll and Hyde mentality. Or sometimes you'll get the great Brighton we know, and sometimes you'll get the Brighton we saw last season at the Amex, and we just go, oh, hi, bang, 4-1 or 4-0.
Declan Rice and Eddie Nketiah coming on for Havertz and Thomas Partey.
And I wouldn't have bought on Eddie myself, but okay.
I was about to say to you guys a minute ago, I bet Eddie gets on today.
Oh, you watch, he still won't score. It's Luton. Of all due respect, it's Luton, but he still won't score. So he'll make a pig's ear a chance he gets tonight.
Yeah.
I agree with this in terms of Partey coming off. I would have bought Jorginho on myself and rested Declan.
Well, 65 minutes he's played now, mate. So
Yeah.
that's another 65
That's
minutes.
what I'm saying. I'm happy with who's going off. It's just in terms of Thomas going off. Sorry, it's just I would have built on Declan. I would have bought on Jorginho just that day to give Declan the full respite because he's got a busy week after tonight. He's going to be shattered this time next week.
What a lovely subject shoes just to bring on no Declan Rice.
Oh yeah, just in your Luton playing, you think, oh, for fuck's sake.
He's stopping us seeing the old Rice and Partey combo, though.
Yeah, what did Havertz get booked for? This my screen got booked.
William Saliba.
Was it a dive?
No, he was going off. He's one of those players that have gone off.
Oh, you got to love a bit of Willie Saliba, ain't you?
He's so good in those situations, isn't he? So calm.
Yeah.
Go on, Martin. At least Eddie. What does I say about Eddie? Why is he out in the wing? He's a striker.
Why is he fucking offside, mate? That's the other fucking thing as well.
That's the other question as well. But he's gone on as the striker, but he's out on the wing.
Eddie's gone in the summer anyway.
Will we get Isaac from Newcastle? Yeah, I said it before because Isaac will come. Isaac publicly said Henry's my idol. So if you're going to go and get Isaac and Henry's his idol as a child, giving him the number 14 it's a no-brainer.
Come on, boys, let's get another one at least.
Plus, it's just either way. Who we bring in as a
Easy
striker?
set.
Whoever we bring in as a striker in the summer is going to be the number one striker. So either way, that's Eddie going down the pecking order back to square one again. So league winner or not, he ain't going to want to stick around for that, surely.
Yeah, no, I think. Yeah, go on, mate.
You know, I was just going to say, probably it's been repeated on so many different shows that like it's time to evolve, or we have been evolving for the last 3 or 4 seasons, and the last part of that process is losing the likes of Eddie, possibly Smith Rowe, Reese. It's just a hail end, lads. These are in behind. Terrible ball inside. Okay, we're safe. I just think part of that, the final part of that evolving process, for this team is the likes of those boys. And look, we're all emotionally attached to them. I've said it loads of times before, and I'll be sad to see them go, but it's the right thing to do. You just need quality. It's not just about having numbers with all the games we're going to play. Hopefully, over the next few years, we're going to be playing all these late round Champions League games, late round FA Cup games, as well as challenging for the title. And we're just going to need quality, not just numbers. We'll need quality within those numbers. So,
yeah,
it's just part of the process, I think.
I think Jorginho comes on soon.
Yeah, like I say.
Yeah.
Russ, do you like any striker in the world? Because everyone we suggest, it's like, no.
Well, I was about to say that myself. That's what I said.
Merchant, he's injury prone, he's this, he's that.
Pepe needed more time.
Oh, God. How much more time do you want to give him?
How's he doing, Pepe?
Fuck knows. I have no idea. I don't watch Turkish league, so I don't know. I can find out, see what his stats are like. If he's even playing over there. Let's have a look.
I think I'm glad I ducked this one out, mate, today, to be fair.
Do you think, just because we're playing Luton, do you think Sambi Lakonga has any sort of a future?
Well,
Probably not.
No,
I don't think so.
Here's the stats for Pepe for this season. He's played 13 games, scored 4, 1 assist. Says it all.
Sambi?
No, Pepe.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, I was going to say, that wouldn't be bad for Sambi. City have gone 2-1 up.
Yeah, Phil Foden just scored, yeah. Bastards.
Mate, we need to sort this out, though, mate. This is a shocking second half, mate. Absolute nothing. 17 goals and 25 appearances.
Well, not according to the old Google for this season, anyway. If you're referring to his first season or something like that, Russ, you need to get with the times. We're in 2024, not really 2020. Or it was we bought him. Seriously, Russ, what do you actually want?
He was the last person who I know could hit a free kick for us. So.
Yeah. Did you say Luton just scored? No, I'm asking because I heard goal. I was like, what?
No, I said there was an easy ball to put Reece Nelson through, and he just underplayed it. Actually,
poor, mate. Honestly, it's poor. But
you're going for the motions. That's it.
Dangerous, though, mate.
I know.
Yeah. It's dangerous because we're. It's not like we're watertight at the back at the moment either. Like they've had some profit in some good areas, mate, in this game.
They've got
especially on the wings.
Martinelli and Tomiyasu about to come on.
Just fucking hell, mate.
That's a dead rubber tomorrow. Chelsea, Man United. Fucking hell. That's a snooze fest.
Used to be a Champions League final, that did.
Hey, a couple of times.
Come on, Reece.
Times have changed. Fucking hell. Remember Man United Barca?
It's a good evening. Was never going to do us a favour. Never.
Of course not. But fucking he won't mess about with lineups like he did tonight, has he? Martinez will be there for a start. Watkins.
Mate, he's got a booking for that, ain't he? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, he has. You guarantee Watkins, who's injured, will be back for our game. Guarantee.
That's a tough game, mate. That'll be a tricky game, that will be.
Tomiyasu for Zinchenko and Martinelli for Reece.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with that, man. I think that's two good substitutions, to be fair.
Yeah.
Might be the last time we see Reece Nelson start.
Yeah.
All dependent on obviously how this running goes now.
League plays out.
If it's done and dusted by the final day and we win it or whatever, then you might see him on the final. You might see him against Everton, starting wise. But apart from that, no. I think it goes down to the last day anyway. This start of the race.
Yeah,
honestly do.
Our hearts and our nerves won't be able for it if it goes down to the last day.
Oh, especially if it's a situation where going into the before kickoff we're top by a point or something.
Imagine it.
Jesus Christ! And the thing is, you look at all three teams. Their fixtures for that last game of the season. They're all games that they're going to be won by Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool respectively in a normal situation.
As Liam was saying last night, if Everton are safe or already relegated on the last day, imagine if Liverpool and Arsenal were level on points, but there was a whole goal difference thing. You think Everton wanting to screw Liverpool over would just literally let us score goal after goal.
Yeah, just don't mind. Now we've turned up, but technically we're just going to part the Red Sea, but in blue shirts instead. You just help yourself to the goal.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, this has been a really scrappy second half. Really scrappy.
Yeah. It'll be tough, Stefan. If we play like this, Stefan, then it will be tough. But obviously, that'd be strong. We'll start with a stronger team compared to how we started tonight. Anyway.
This is shocking second half, mate. You know that? Shocking second half.
It's like they're trying to save them because the games are coming thick and fast now. They're trying to save them energy for every game. Now.
That's what I'm hoping is that we're just kind of playing within ourselves, just doing enough to get the 3 points. It's dangerous, but if that is what we're doing, but you feel as though if we really needed it, we could go up a gear or two.
Don't sit in the fence, Stefan. Jesus Christ. Tell us how you really think about your rivals. Jesus. Stefan wants to rant, but how can Liam rant when we're winning 2-0?
I can.
Well, need to dye hair first, send it to Spain, put some glasses, give you a fag, and you'll be off.
Come on. We're definitely playing within ourselves.
Yeah.
Go on, Tommy. Well done.
Yeah, Tommy's a man, isn't he?
I never knew Tommy had that pace in him.
You wouldn't think, looking at how tall he is, the unit he is, that he'd have so much pace in him. Like
kicking, mate. It's like there's not. It's just shocking in this second half.
Well, Colonel, the way things are going, Colonel, Ipswich Arsenal could be a fixture next season in the league. That'd be interesting. Harry Clark coming back to the club that gave him the tools. Oh, that's frightening talk from Stefan. Says it's Liam. Anything is possible.
Game ain't over yet, mate. Game ain't over yet.
With the teams that are coming up from the Championship and the teams that were losing from the Premier League is going to be tougher next season. The quality is going to rise a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you think whoever comes up, whatever three come up, they actually are going to try and fight. All three of them are going to try and fight. Unlike the two of the three that came up this year, the three that will come up next year will actually try to actually stay up. They won't just be the whipping boys of the league, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Mark, mate. What is wrong with them all?
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
that's a simple pass, mate.
Tommy, yes, you. Oh,
that all come, mate. Whatever's happening here.
We're on the attack currently, and Eddie's onside somehow. He's onside, not off.
Oh, wow.
But is this a strike? Is he sure he's a striker? Ooh, unlucky Tommy.
How have you got ahead of me now?
I closed the app and went back in.
Oh, did you? I at least want a 3-0 win out of this.
Yeah.
Because when I
went for 3-0 in last night's show, I said 3.
I like that, mate, to be fair, because I just think, like Man City got Luton. If they play like this, right, Man City battering about 5-6-7-0.
Point of especially the
Sheffield
chase
United
again.
more, mate. And then you start looking at the goal difference again, don't you? So I don't want to underestimate it too much, mate. Like,
I think Liverpool tomorrow night score at least 5 against Sheffield United.
It's at Anfield as
I
well.
know, and
so,
that's why. That's why, right. If we get 3, at least it's only 2 goals deficit.
Yeah.
And we've still got a bit of a march, a bit of breathing space with City either way. There's Townsend off.
He's done a lot of running, old Townsend, to be fair to him.
Mm.
God, I tell you what, mate. More and more I watch this game. More and more I've done well. If I'm going to miss a game, it's this one.
Yeah. Oh, go on. Oh, Eddie.
There's a sound I've not heard before.
Not for a lot. Well, not since Sheffield United at home.
Honestly, that guy.
And that was October.
Even I was saying, mate, that was the worst thing that could happen.
Oh, fucking me.
Do you know what I mean?
You're going to see what he does. You will rant when you see what he does.
I've seen it, mate. I ain't got the energy to rant about it. I know that won't please Stefan, but I really haven't. He's Eddie. He's at that point now where I just sit there and think you need to leave for the right of your career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think Eddie's the most.
We're moving ahead of him now.
Yeah, I think he's most likely out of him, ESR and Reese. I think Eddie's the most likely. I think Reese as well, not far behind him, but I think Eddie's definitely gone.
I'm surprised he's kept Smith Rowe on though. For that length, yes. I thought he would have had Jorginho on by now. I think Jorginho starts Saturday.
Yeah, I think it'll be the strongest 11 on Saturday onwards. Yeah, it will be like Raya, Ben, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Declan, Jorginho, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and probably Jesus or Havertz up top.
Yeah.
God, it's painful to watch.
Jesus.
But literally, it's like we've been saying all this second half. It's literally we've got the 2-goal lead. We're just going through the motions now. Like you say, like a European fixture, we know we're through sort of thing. We're just going through it, saving ourselves now, so saving our energy. I mean, he won the ball there, but okay.
Yeah, look, games like this, you just have to take the positives that we've rested. We've gotten, an hour of rest into Rice's legs, who's played 2 games on the international break. We've gotten rest into Saka, Martinelli. Well, further rest into Martinelli, and it will stand us in good stead. It will help us.
Yeah,
and we've done all that without. I don't want to jinx it, but without dropping points.
Yeah. Like 3 points is the first and foremost, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's been a professional performance, to be honest. We've just managed the game and managed the minutes of everybody without doing anything stupid. Here's Jorginho
there's one for you, Liam. Jorginho's coming on, by the way. But Chris says in the chat, if Arsenal win the league, I will dress up as Pat Butcher.
I'm holding you to that. I'm fucking holding you to that, boy. Wait a minute. Let me get my phone out. I'm going to get a screenshot of that. And I want you to do it on a Cannon and Paul, Cannon and Paul, yeah. Poor old Jonesy, Cannon and Jonesy show. Oh wait, get off that. Sorry, old cat. Oh, cat's ripping up the rug.
Yeah, Smith-Rowe's gone off to applause and Jorginho's on for the last few minutes. You put yourself out there, Chris.
It's been saved, mate. I've even trimmed it so it's just your comment alone.
So, plus, you're both in the same group chat, so you can't get out of it.
Brighton's massive on the weekend, isn't it? I think Brighton sets us up well.
Yeah. There's the start of that first run of fixtures that could potentially be difficult, if you will, in terms of league-wise.
Yeah. Plus, it's huge because of who Liverpool are playing as well. Like, this is one of the games where there's a good possibility that Liverpool could drop points. So it's so important that we take all three if Liverpool are to drop points.
What are you doing?
Because we're the first, we'll kick off before them. Obviously, we're playing on Saturday, playing on a Sunday. Puts the pressure back on them as well. And then going into that fixture, against United away, and as we saw a few weeks ago, I know it was the FA Cup, but United, the players got up for it, the fans were up for it, and they didn't give Liverpool an inch. So if they could do that again, that'd be fantastic. But we just got to do our thing, maintain putting the pressure on them.
Yeah, and it does have an effect. Going ahead of them each time, like it puts pressure on them.
Yeah. Well done, Gabriel. Fuck me.
But what, do you know what I mean? We just.
Benjamin, what you're playing at? Offside either way.
Mate,
you started all this, Colonel, by the way. This Pat Butcher chat. You started it.
Yeah, Peggy kicked old Pat Butcher out, didn't she? Gave her
a good slap on the face and then told her and Frank to get out of my fucking pub.
Well, I think
Pat.
I think I made the right decision tonight.
Yeah.
We've got to travel all the way back.
Wouldn't you rather be nice, warm, with your boys and everyone in the warm, rather than be there in the cold, watching the second half like this?
Eddie nearly made us eat our words there.
Yeah, nearly.
Nearly being the operative word.
Nearly means he didn't do it.
Yeah.
I love a go close story. Ever so close.
Oh God.
Stefan's on that's one, the most entertaining thing that's happened in the second half, isn't it? Like, Jesus, mate.
Started Stefan off in the chat though. Jesus Christ. Can't even repeat that.
Big old factuals there, mate. Big old factuals.
It's like Russ wants up the ante though. Bloody hell. That'd be Frank Butcher's dream scenario. That would be Russ's comment there.
Oh, come on, Odegaard.
Oh, we're sick.
Jesus, that's the chat's gone very U-turn in the space of a couple of minutes. All Chris's fault, by the way.
Yeah, for once. Just the part-time West Ham Liverpool fan to screw everything up. Come in and cause chaos.
Come on, go out to him. These guys just love defending, though, don't they?
Yeah.
That's something we haven't had in the club in so many years.
Not since, Sol Campbell and even Tony Adams' days have we had partnerships like this.
Mm. Just having him Adams and Campbell, Keown Adams and Campbell for that season, mate. Unbelievable, wasn't it? Like when you start looking at that game at Old Trafford, Tony Adams didn't even play in that game, did he? He got rid of.
No, he played in the final, got rested for the.
And then they called that one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen that night, mate, at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And they saved Adams for his swan song at Highbury for the final weekend.
Yeah. As I said to you, mate, it's the same old last two fixtures, isn't it, man? Like Everton.
I didn't notice that until you mentioned it last night. I was like, I completely forgot how that played that season as well.
I'll take a rerun of that.
That would, if we get repeated that, I'm happy. I'll be laughing.
I think it's about time as well. Well, a lot of people are saying it anyway, that like up to now it's been Saliba has been just unbelievable and Gabriel has nearly been as classed as a sidekick, but they've been equally as good this season, I think. They're just a perfect foil for each other.
I think we got a good glimpse of that as well on Sunday. The communication between them two was spot on. Like if one was putting further forward, they were dictating where the other one was basically. But cover me there, cover me there. You do this, you do that. And even the fullbacks then drop in and do their bit as well. But you've got to say that Saliba and Gabriel, not just domestically, but probably in a European standing, are probably the best centre-back pairing in Europe at the moment.
Yeah,
based on form and performance.
Smith Rowe has been given man of the match or player of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just for the first half, mate. Probably won't see him again for another 10 games now, though.
No, we won't see him till the last game of the season now.
I just wish he scored, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's what he needs. He needs a goal. Yeah. But I'm well happy he's got man of the match, mate. Like, to be honest with you, mate, I'd give him my man of the match. Because I don't think second half anyone out of the whole 22 players on this pitch have shone out whatsoever. That's how bad it's been.
It's saying something, and pretty much half the crowd in the lower tier that far stand there have already left.
Yeah.
Jesus. This has, like, I know it will be, but it's just very unlike us, isn't it? In terms of everything, right?
But especially in recent times, like since the turn of the year, in terms of 10 of the year in the league, we've played with the no mercy attitude. It's suddenly we've gone back to, well, now it's now in the running. It's like, well, we can't go gun ho. We did that last year. We backfired on us.
I do think we're better away from home, though, mate. I'll keep saying it. I think we'll see a much different performance at Brighton.
Oh,
and you can tell that we're missing Saka and Martinelli.
Yeah, we're a different animal without Saka, I think.
Full time between Brentford and Brighton finished 0-0. Okay, now that's a snore fest then. Who scored the second? That I think it was given as an own goal in the end.
Own goal.
Smith for assist.
Just want that whistle blown now, don't you?
Yeah, that should be the end of it.
He literally barred himself into one of our players, but okay.
If you can have one game like this now, you'd want it to be this game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, in that respect, yeah. Well, at the end of the day, we've got the points, and at this point of the season, it is getting the points on the board as well. Just making sure we get out of there with the 3 points and putting that pressure on the rivals.
Look, you would take 8 more of those types of games if they came with 2-0 wins, you know?
Oh, yeah, as long as we're winning, we're laughing.
That's it.
There's no way Liverpool would, because Liverpool got some difficult away fixtures coming up. Obviously, you mentioned we've got Man
3 points and we're back top.
Woo-hoo. How long for that? That's the big question. Sheffield United, you've got one job tomorrow. One job. Defend FC. Low block, whatever you got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, wasn't enthralling, but especially that second half, Jesus Christ. But we got out of there in terms of result-wise. We didn't let the occasion get to us. We didn't give them a sniff like we did in the corresponding fixture. Got a 2-goal lead and just saw that the second half was more of a professional. See the game out, get the points on, and move on. Basically, save ourselves for Brighton and Bayern Munich respectively. Yeah, can't really complain. I know City are currently second half just got underway there, but they're chasing us. We're not chasing them, so whatever.
And it's another clean sheet. We're not, like Liam mentioned about the Forest game earlier on in the season, you know, where we were prone to, at that point in the season, giving away silly goals, silly mistakes, like against the corner against Fulham when we were 2-0 up against 10 men. At least those things for now seem to have been eradicated.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at the goal difference between us and City. They've got 36. We've got 48. So we've got 12 plus goals on them already.
Yeah, that really surprises me. That's unbelievable, isn't it? That I can't believe it's that much.
So in terms of goal difference, the only one that can really catch us realistically, and that's Aussie Liverpool, because they've got Sheffield tomorrow. But if Sheffield can do a defensive masterclass, that'd be fantastic. But we'll see. And obviously, I think the key fixture in the next couple of weeks is going to, in terms of the title race for all three of us, is that Liverpool United game on. Assuming we do our job on Saturday, obviously, get the 3 points on Saturday. Is then seeing if Manchester United can stop Liverpool in their tracks. It takes something off them. Even if it's a point, 3 points would be fantastic. But yeah, Alex says 11 clean sheets for Ray. We didn't have much to do, let's be honest, tonight. But yeah, you take him still.
Yeah, he's the most, considering he didn't play the first, was it 3, and then he didn't play the 2 Brentford games. That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, Steve the Arsenal Mystic says, "Well, I got my 2-0. It was the type of game I expected with all the changes. Yeah, nothing great, professional, and another clean sheet. And that's what you got to do this stage of the season: just be professional, get ahead in the game, and just see the game out if you have to. Save yourself, save your energy, because as I say, every 3 days we're playing a game at the moment. From here on in." And if we go deep into if we go to semi-finals of Champions League, it's literally every 3 days we're playing till the end of the season. So that's when our team's going to be tested, and that's when you got to see which of the two are we going to try more for than the other, especially if results go away in the league as well going forward. Yeah. No, we didn't come out of first gear. But that looks sloppy. It's just we've got the 2 goals. The main thing is we've got the 2 goals. We got the win. We've got the 3 points. Got a clean sheet, and we're keeping the pressure on them. It's just it's being someone that grew up in 98, 2002, 2004. You witnessed. They're the most recent ones, obviously, to remember. And even under George Graham, there's games where you played crap, but you've got the most important thing at this stage of the season is getting the 3 points one way or the other. And you've got to remember Luton, Luton didn't do too much in terms of threat, but they have something to fight for themselves, and they need to keep their goal difference down as well. So they're going to put their bodies on the line if they could. It's just it's a game by game thing, and we've got Brighton next, and going by tonight with 0-0 there. I'll have a look at the highlights later. But again, it's away from home. It'll be a different game. It'll be our first choice 11 on Saturday. I'll guarantee it, and it'll be a completely different way of playing compared to tonight.
Yeah, exactly. As I said earlier on, we definitely played within ourselves tonight, and we just did enough to get the 3 points. There's no shame in that.
No, and it's in the running now. What is the running? There's no more international breaks now. It's here on in. It's all the way through now. You just got to keep. You just got to get. You got these these things do happen. These performances do happen, but if you're getting the points on the board, that's what matters most. We're not going to be flawless all the way through in terms of the performance itself. There we go.
And look, there's a bit of recency bias as well with us. Like we were slapping teams 4-5-6-0, teams like Luton, and I think there was just an expectation that we were going to do the same again. But it's not possible to do that all the time, especially when you rest. We took was it 5 changes we made. It's very hard to be it's very hard to be as fluid.
The whole midfield is pretty much, apart from Odegaard, the whole midfield is Zinchenko for Kivior. Partey and Smith Rowe are in for Jorginho and Declan, sorry. Saka was out completely for Reece. And Martinelli was on the bench, and you had Trossard instead.
Yeah. Like that's half of your outfield players. It's very hard to be so fluid when you're making that many changes. It's the same reason I do feel sorry for players on the edges of great teams. Like when they come in, often they come in a cup game and they're not playing alongside the 10 other first team starters. They often come in with other changes as well, and it's very hard to shine. But look, I'll take tonight. No bother at all.
Yeah, I think I'd take it when you start looking at that midfield and you start thinking that two of them players have not played no football really this season. You look at Nelson, who has not really played much football. You look at Trossard, who's in and out, and hasn't particularly cut up trees for me out on the left. And I don't think Havertz really had the right players around him tonight as such. Like he's used to having Martinelli and Saka. Do you know what I mean? They're on a totally different level. I think it's just a professional performance. I think it's just job done in it. And I think right, like we've rested players. Declan, like you said, only had a 30-minute run out, which is nice. Partey's given 65 minutes, which is good. Smith Rowe got man of the match, which is positive. I'd love a 4 or 5-0 win because I think we needed to look at the goal difference. But when you see the games that we got ahead, you fully understand why he's done what he's done tonight.
Yeah,
and I look at that Aston Villa game. I was just going to say, look at that Aston Villa game, mate. That's not a nice kickoff time for us, 4:30 on a Sunday when we're going to Germany as well. And that's going to be an interesting selection, and depending how we do next Tuesday.
Yeah. We're a poor Arsenal crowd as well. There's no away fans. That next Tuesday is going to be your experience of a full Arsenal capacity. Every inch, every nook and cranny. So it's going to be interesting how the players adapt to that as well for both sides for that game. But I say, you know, Brighton and Bayern, they're going to go full strength as possible, obviously. And then, really, yeah. But these are playing on a Tuesday, and then the games you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then there's obviously late Saturday. Did you say was it Sunday? You said Sunday's a Villa game, isn't it? So you've got a good few days respite there at least for the then go play away to Bayern on the Wednesday.
And this is why the rest that that key players got today, the benefits of today, other than the 3 points, are kind of invisible at the moment. But we'll see the benefits of them hopefully in the next few games.
Like Saturday, I think you'll see a total different performance. I think Saturday you'll see us again like we've gone away to. I think we'll play like we played away against most teams in the Premier League. We'll very much kind of dictate the play and try and pin Brighton in their own half as much as possible. I just think that this team at the moment sometimes is suited up better away from home. Well, I don't know what it is at home. I don't know whether it is because obviously teams sit back more or what it is. But, yeah, I just always feel, for some reason with this team, I always feel more confident away from home. We're more likely to score more goals away from home as well.
Yeah.
I think, when we're at home, we're in control of the ball, and our build-up play, even though it's very good, it can be a bit laborious. Whereas away from home, one of our strengths is kind of our high press, and hitting teams on a transition, and when we're away, the home team tends to have the ball a bit more. So it enables us to do that, to carry out the plan a bit more. As you say, people sit back when they're playing at the Emirates, and it's harder to break them down.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like we haven't had a game at the Emirates that you would sit there. The Newcastle was probably the most dominating performance where we scored goals. Like we have dominated games, like even the Liverpool game, we fully dominated them, didn't we? Let that shocking goal in, but yeah, away from home, we're more likely to kind of catch teams out, like you said, on the transition. And I just feel like at the weekend, I think we'll have our full strength team back in, and I think it's a big game this Saturday.
Yeah,
So I think it sets us up well. If we win at Brighton, it sets us up well because then we have Aston Villa and then Wolves, and this Wolves team are going through quite a lot of injuries themselves at the moment, aren't they? And I think if we have to go to Wolves and win, we'll go and win at Wolves anyway.
Yeah, I think our toughest game of the next 3 is this weekend against Brighton. And I think if we come out of there with 3 points, especially if United do us a favour, like if we end up after this weekend top of the table, level games played, going into the Villa and Wolves game, we'll have a huge boost just in our own energy, our own mentality. I think it'll be massive, but this weekend is going to be tough.
Yeah.
When do you see the Partey Rice midfield implemented in? Do you see it getting implemented in?
Yeah, I think at some point we'll see it. Like I don't know if they go perfectly together, but I think at some point, just in terms of just rotating and giving players rests and giving players minutes, there's going to be times where the two of them will be on the pitch. But I think Arteta, his preference would be to rotate them at this point in time. I think Partey is a little bit more progressive with the ball. Like he gets the ball forward quickly, whereas Rice has other qualities. Like he's improved in getting the ball forward quickly, but he's just a different style to Thomas Partey, I think. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the two of them share a pitch in any of the big games.
Yeah, I think when I'm thinking about it more and more, I'm thinking by after the Wolves game is when we need Partey and Rice definitely in the team for the rest of the season. I think going into that Spurs game, 100% that you want Partey and Rice in that midfield at White Hart Lane. You need that experience, Thomas Partey, in there for that game for me. Just to slow down the game at times as well.
Oh,
and what's happened? 3-1.
Yeah, Foden.
I don't know what you watch.
Olsen's just passed it into the net, and
of course he has.
That Foden did, and Olsen just stood there like,
yeah, of course he has. But yeah, I just think, like you said, if we can win at Brighton, I think that's that for me. That's the game at the moment that will carry us up to the Wolves game, and then I think then we start again because after the Wolves game, then you look at a London derby against Chelsea, a London derby against Tottenham. You expect to go and win Bournemouth, don't you, at home? But we see what happened with Bournemouth last year. It was anything but easy, and then you got the last 2 games. So I think definitely going to Spurs and Man United, you want Partey and Rice playing in them 2 games.
Yeah, to be fair, with the experience that they bring, yeah.
And there could be a Man City or Real Madrid in the middle of all that as well.
Yeah.
Don't.
But isn't it great to be talking in these terms?
I know, but that's where he's going to have to rotate the team, isn't he? Like I think that Aston Villa game, mate, he is going to have to kind of rotate it a little bit, unfortunately, potentially.
Yeah.
Especially if he's going to Bayern Munich, needing a big performance.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Like it would be nice, and this is a very naive thing I'm about to say, but it would be nice to kind of take care of business against Munich at home
On Tuesday.
If we got a big result there, if we got a 2 or 3-0 there, which will be very tough. I'm not saying we will, but we're capable of it, especially with the way they're playing. Then there's a little bit of heat taken out of the away leg there, but maybe that's me being fanciful. But did you see? I tweeted out a little while ago that this was a couple of games ago. After 26 games, I'll see if I can remember this. After 26 games in the Bundesliga last season, Bayern Munich were on 55 points, and they were 2 or 3 points ahead of Dortmund. So they had 55 points and were 2 points ahead of Dortmund. After 26 games this season, they had 60 points, 5 more than they had at the same point last season, but they were 10 points behind Leverkusen. So even though we're saying that Munich aren't the same team or they're not as good or whatever, they actually have more points now than they did last season when they won the league at this stage.
It's one special season Leverkusen are having, they like. We've seen the amount of games that they've been like losing into the last couple of minutes as well, and end up not just turning it around and drawing games, but winning games. Like unbelievable, like the spirit they've got in that club at the moment. And what Xabi Alonso is performing there, that'd be interesting as well. The West Ham Leverkusen game, because I don't think he's obviously they're probably hell bent, aren't they, on the Bundesliga? So I don't think they're going to solely concentrate on the Bundesliga, aren't they? Basically, just to make sure they get it done and dusted, even though it looks like it is done now. But that'd be an interesting time between them and West Ham, to be fair.
Yeah, it could be a bit spicy, but I think you're right. Am I right in saying that they've never won the Bundesliga, Leverkusen? I thought I read that, but it seems
never won it once.
And that's why, like, I know people saying that it could be his only chance. I don't agree with some people saying it'd be his only chance for these 3 clubs, because that's absolute bullshit in my opinion. Like, I think personally that Liverpool job will come up again in a year or 2. I think whoever comes in there next has got. It's like when Wenger and Ferguson went, like that. Whoever goes in there next is on a hiding to nothing with Klopp, isn't they? So I reckon he's best keeping clear of it at the moment. But if he goes and wins the Bundesliga there, that's a very hard thing to do. Then just walk out in it and take another top job.
Yeah, like it go on, Ryan.
No, I think he saved himself. He wants the Madrid job after Don Carlo. He wants to save himself for that one. Because, like you say, Liverpool, he's got the connections with Liverpool, but after what Klopp's done, do you want to be? It's like we've seen with Sir Alex when he retired over 10 years ago now. You're hiding to nothing. It's a poison chalice because the standards are so high now, and it's going to be. Again, he knows English media. They're going to be on his back. Any little slip up, they're not to the same level. They're all one season wonder, and this, that, and the other. Me and Liam had a discussion a while ago when Klopp announced all this, and Alonso was the number 1 choice with the bookies and all that. It makes more sense for him to stay at Leverkusen and stick with a team that's got help that stood by him and gave him the chance in the first place, but also prove that this isn't a one-off, and put more stock into his folder basically. And there'll be bigger clubs. With all due respect to Liverpool, there'll be bigger clubs. Madrid will come calling, Bayern will come back, Spain will come calling. I think he's doing a smart thing. We've seen it before. What was it? Frank Lampard did a season at Derby County, then went running to Chelsea, and look what's he doing now? He always got relegated with Everton. There has been discussions of Frank Lampard taking over from Hayes at one point, but they're saying a lot.
I see what Stefan said. Liverpool could be a big carrot, but it's not a job you go in there straight after. And when you start looking at Liverpool as well, you've got Van Dijk, who's in his later years now. You've got Salah, who it wouldn't surprise me now that Klopp says, do you know what? I might go and pick up some money elsewhere. I might go and play for one of the other big clubs because I want to finish my career. Like, just say Real Madrid or Barcelona come calling, it's his last shot opportunity, isn't it, to play for a club like that? So when you start looking at a Liverpool team and you start thinking, it's a good job to have, but there's going to be a lot of rebuild work to be done there. I just think maybe if that is the job he wants, then I think he's best stand at Leverkusen for another couple of years and then just wait for it to come up again. Like the Real Madrid one, that's the one that'd be hard to turn down. If you got Mbappe and Bellingham, and you got
possibly Haaland at that point as well.
Yeah, you're going to find it very, very hard to turn that one down. But again, then you're going into a club, aren't you, where you're managing proper egos, like big egos.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in the past, haven't we? Young managers go into these jobs and then just fall flat. He could potentially fall flat on his face.
Mm. Yeah.
And he might look at that, John, and think, yeah, it looks good now, but is it going to do me well over the next couple of years? Potentially not. Bayern Munich, I just don't. I've never really got this in Dortmund. Like Dortmund, they sell their players to Bayern Munich. Like it's a joke, isn't it? Like it was like us sending all our players to Man City at one point. Like I don't, as a club, I don't see how they can tolerate that. I don't think he should go Bayern Munich whatsoever. I don't think he should do that. I think he'll lose. No, he won't lose his legacy at Leverkusen, but it does kind of tarnish it a little bit, don't it? That he's left Leverkusen to go to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, the first sort of opportunity in this, that, and the other. But also with Bayern Munich, we're seeing not just Thomas Tuchel this season, but now Nagelsmann and who it was, I can't remember what, 4 rows or something. It was in the last few managers are lasting literally a couple of seasons or season, and before the season even ended, they're sacked. And then there's reports now, because obviously Alonso's gone, I'm staying put. The guy they sacked to bring Tuchel in, they're looking to bring back in terms of Nagelsmann after the Euros. It's like it's a complete mess at Bayern in terms of in the boardroom level anyway, because they don't know what they're doing. Clearly. Oh, Foden hat trick. Okay.
We're going to hear about that all night long, then, ain't we?
Well, they can have that little moment. Literally, it's just typical fucking Unai Emery resting players.
Mate, I don't know why anyone expects anything different for Unai Emery. Like, I get really frustrated when they start
all this rotation bullshit he's done. Yeah, he won't do it against Arsenal, though, will he? God forbid.
But it's just typical Unai Emery. Do you know what I mean? It's typical Unai Emery. Like, his teams are quite easy to get at if you get at them. Right, look at Tottenham the other week when they went to Villa, they battered them.
This is what we saw the back end of his time at Arsenal. Whereas after his first full season, there was glimpses there. That second season before he got sacked, we were so easy to get. Watford having 30-odd chances against us at Vicarage Road. We were 2-0 up in that game when it's 2-2. Going to Anfield, Pepe dominating Van Dijk, but we're losing 3 or 4-1 or whatever it was in the end, because playing Lucas Telea, a CDM as a cab, and things like that. And people, when he went to Villa, he'll be better. He'll be so much better. He's cut his teeth at Arsenal. They didn't really give him a chance. And obviously this season, when he's done what he's doing, proved us right. No, we clearly could now. You've gone to Tottenham. You're at Tottenham, come to town. Your captain got sent off. You lost 4-0. You're now going to have the record this season of being the only team in the top 5 or top 6 currently that's lost to Man City, home or away. But no, everything's fine. And also, you remember when his only full season at Arsenal. It was this stage of the season where things fell apart after that last international break. Yeah.
Well, that's when he decided to put Jenkinson and Mavropanos in against Crystal Palace. That was the day of the downfall started. That day. That was the day where the downfall started. I remember because all my best mate is a big Palace fan, as you know. I was walking down with them, and the teams come out. I remember I was walking down Finsbury Park, and they went Jenkinson starting. I was like, piss off. And I could not believe it when I see Jenkinson, Mavropanos and El Neni had all started that game. And that season, Palace had already beaten Man City and someone else away from home. So it was not even a game where you could sit there and go, do you know what, right? We're going to beat them easily. Like they've already gone and beat Man City away that season. So you just don't take that chance, do you? But we did. And we lost 3-2. And Mustafi defended like an absolute donkey that day as well.
Yeah, sounds a bit like Mustafi, though, let's be honest.
He got absolutely ripped apart by Wilfred Zaha, didn't he?
I was the happiest person in the world when we signed Carl Jenkinson, purely because my surname is Jenkinson, and it's an unusual surname, so I was able to get Jenkinson on the back of my jersey, and it was an actual Arsenal player. But,
I bet he was even more happy when he scored. When didn't he score against Norwich last game of the season?
There was two headlines I always dreamt of, and one was Jenkinson signs for Arsenal. I got that, and then the second one was Jenkinson scores for Arsenal, and I got that. So
I thought you said Jenkinson scores in the Champions League final or something.
yeah,
Definitely didn't get that one.
Even the score. No.
Oh dear.
But
Jenkins
which
scored
when you, just the names
title.
you're mentioning there, when you think, you look how far we've come from those days. It's incredible, and obviously Mikel Arteta has to take massive credit, and Edu and the owners, like for making it all possible. I think it's an unbelievable turnaround.
Oh mate, if you see Foden's fourth goal though, mate, bloody hell. Jesus, that is a
game.
I hate that little run.
I know, yeah. He's a little scumbag.
Can't do it for England, man. That's all I'm going to say. Unlike Saka, who turns up for the cup.
This is the little bit, though, isn't it? This is the little bit where we'll progress next year. Where I just feel now, when we bring players in to replace players, they're not at the same ilk. Where I think another season or two, we'll start bringing players in that will be on the same ilk, and I think we'll get that kind of quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Voss is saying, who your best mate used to be a Palace fan. Who does he support now? Then?
No, still Palace. Still Palace.
Yeah, and the gap now. This is why it's important when we speak about Nketiah, Reece Nelson, and Smith Rowe. We're probably we were probably 30-40% away from City in terms of quality, probably even more. Whereas now we're only, maybe 2 or 3% away from matching City's quality, and they're the hardest. It's harder to go from the 30% to the 3%. Or should I say, it's harder to go from the 3% to level or ahead of City than it is to go from the 30% to the 3%, and that's why it's important to evolve away from the Nketiahs and the Smith Rowes. That's the next step. It's just we're not far from them now, and it's good, but it's going to be hard to just go that tiny little bit more.
Yeah, that's why I think he's doing that. He's you can't question him too much in terms of his kind of selections. Like even tonight, do you know what I mean? Like we all know the reasons why. Do you know what I mean? Like I think it was lucky that we had this game today in the locker, because I think we had the game a little bit later, then it wouldn't have fell at the right time. Where it's fallen right at the right time, where he can kind of rest players. I'm just looking forward to the next two games, to be honest. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Brighton on Saturday.
Right. It's going to be a very tactical game, I think.
Yeah. Just before we go, I've just seen this on Twitter from your favourite person, Liam, Terry Flewers, on Twitter. Someone's tweeted Villa actually attacking City. Interesting. The face emoji and getting slapped.
Well, kind of facts, not fiction, there, isn't it? Exactly that, and getting slapped.
And other people then gone into they don't defend as well as Arsenal, though. We've bigged up Arsenal's defence all season, and now we're trusting them to be braver in attack against vulnerable City side. It's an issue. Which one is it? Terry comes back and said neither. Defensiveness are not just about the back line alone. The structure and the midfield ahead is also key. You know this, as Chelsea's greatest teams were built upon it, with Mourinho obviously. Going away to a team like City or peak Barcelona attacking never ended well. Well, we found it the hard way every time we played Barcelona back in their peak. Back in Wenger set us up to go high against them. Never worked out well for us.
No, definitely not.
Anyway, who cares what the rival fans think?
I just find it funny that we're 3 days after playing Man City, we've played a game since, and they're still talking about Arsenal getting a 0-0 draw. A 0-0 draw against City has rattled the entire universe, apparently.
He's actually bang on though, isn't he? Like they're getting slapped at the end of the day. So yeah, it's all right coming out and trying to attack them, but you're getting beaten 4-1. But we know Unai Emery's going to do something like that. That's Unai Emery. down to a T. We've sat there and we've seen the results, but
Yeah.
we've also seen 30 shots get whacked against us against Southampton at home. And then we somehow scrape a 2-2 draw with a 97th minute equaliser, which not even Lacazette celebrated, by the way.
No, he just stood there like, I've kept him in.
He looked gutted that he scored that goal that day, didn't he? I remember that day so well, because obviously that was the game before we actually got sacked.
Yeah.
And,
He's like, I kept him in for a few more days, damn it. And then,
I think it was the actual reaction of everyone that kind of the ball thought he's got to go now. Literally, no one celebrated that goal.
Even the fans that stayed there, I don't know if you stayed for that final goal, but literally the fans that stayed there, they just like,
No, I was there, mate. I stayed there. I was there. I didn't celebrate.
it's like,
I was there.
yeah, here firstly.
30 odd shots they had on us that goal. I never understood how Southampton didn't win that game. About 5-2.
Just before we go, I will say about that last game of United. I knew something was afoot because obviously literally next to no one went for that game. By the way, for Arsenal.
Yeah.
So where I was meant to be in the clock end, me and my mate ended up going around and thought, fuck it, let's go behind the dugout of the home end. And the fact that just before the teams came out, every camera person in the stadium set up camp outside our technical area, and you knew something was afoot, no matter what happened in this game. We lose,
and we lost.
We lost, and then not even 12 hours later, it was sacked.
Yeah, he was gone.
George Conte came over and went, "No, enough's enough. Go away."
And then he done us with Villarreal in the Europa Cup semi-final.
Yeah, but that was more on Mikel. Like, trying to play the false nine. We didn't have the fucking personnel for
Who was it? Smith Rowe. Did he play the false nine on that game?
I think it was Pepe tried playing the false nine. I think it was Pepe.
Was it?
The banter years.
Yeah, you are, mate. They work. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. That's why these fans, right, are getting so wound up with us now, because they've been able to banter us for about 15 years, and it's been constant, isn't it? Every year. And we, even in like years like now, like we'd blow it, and we'd blow it spectacular. But
we were
and
talking
now
about this
we go to
last
Man
night.
City.
Yeah.
We go to Man City and we put up a masterclass in terms of defensive performance, and it's everything but discussing how good that performance actually really was.
Yeah.
And Matt, like, yeah, sorry, go on, mate.
No, go on.
No, I was just, I think I said it on the show yesterday, didn't I? Like, for me, it just gave me so much confidence that we can go into the Champions League games now and set that way up at Bayern Munich. Like you said, if we can go and win 2-0, 3-0 at the Emirates, then I'm confident that we'll go there and we'll put that kind of performance up and we can do it.
Yeah, we'll just shut it down. And the arrival fans, like, genuinely, I'm not saying this to save face or anything like that. When I see them having a go at Arsenal now, you know, in terms of how we played against City, I just smile. I don't get annoyed about it. I smile because it's a compliment. They're actually afraid of us now. They understand that we're a real team now. And anytime they get a chance where they think they can, have a go at us, it's fair. Genuinely, it's fair. I genuinely take all that as a compliment.
The only person I'm worried about now, right, is ourselves. And not even to the point that I used to be worried about ourselves, but I suppose the only thing I worry about right now, this moment of time, is that we've been in this position quite a few times before now, and we haven't kind of, not that we haven't seen it through, because potentially we might not see this through. And as I've said before, I really feel at the moment that Fulham's going to crop for us when we talk at the end of the season. And I've had this feeling ever since we played Fulham. But as long as we take it right to the last game of the season, then I know we've got the stamina. And that's what I need to see now, is that we've got the stamina to go from now to the end of the season and have a title race for 38 games. And if we come out on the right side, then we're getting absolutely smashed up. And obviously, like, it's going to be a piss up like it's never been a piss up before. Do you know what I mean? But if we don't do it, the confident thing then is that, do you know what? We've got the stamina now. We haven't fallen short in terms of games. It's just literally we've let ourselves down in certain areas that we need to improve next year. Me and you both know next year we're not taking 1 out of 6 points against Fulham. Do you know what I mean?
No.
100%. No,
Yeah.
just no.
And it's incredible when you sit there and think we took 4 out of Man City, 4 out of Liverpool,
Yeah.
And you're looking at Fulham, you're like, mate, how we only taken 1 out of 6 against Fulham? They were down to 10 men in one of the games. And that just kills me. And I know it's going to kill me at the end of the season if we don't win the league. I'm just going to look back at them 2 games. And I should look back at Newcastle or Aston Villa. But you know what? You can go to Newcastle and Aston Villa and lose games. Do you know what I mean? You can do that. For me.
Also, that Newcastle itself was more. There was controversy. It wasn't done. It wasn't our own fault.
No,
there was
and away to Villa, we were the better team. Like we deserved to win it. The 2 that kill me, and you're right, the 2 Fulham games were to take 1 point out of 6 against Fulham is awful. But the 2 games that kill me, one is Fulham because we were 2-1 up with 5 minutes to go against 10 men. We had the 3 points in our pocket, and we threw 2 of them away. And the same against Spurs at home. We had 2 points in our pocket, and Jorginho inexplicably stands on the ball, and they go down and equalise. Like the Fulham away game, I don't think our performance deserved anything. Like we were well beaten. It was by far our worst performance. But so like you kind of not that you accept it, but it kind of makes more sense. But the 2 that kill me, the 4 points that we dropped from winning positions, and I know we were winning against Fulham away, but the performance didn't deserve anything. It's the Spurs and Fulham at home when we were winning. We literally had the points in our pockets and threw them away. But look, hopefully it doesn't cost us.
There is another way I look at that Spurs game, though. I totally agree with you. It was shit. We did definitely lose 2 points out of that game. But losing Declan Rice at half time in that game totally killed us.
Yeah, that was massive. Yeah.
I remember sitting there 70 minutes in, thinking at that point, I'll take a draw all day long here at the moment. And it's not the right attitude to have whatsoever. And I don't like to have that attitude whatsoever. But that game, at that point, with like Spurs could have, if Spurs had the bollocks, they could have took us that day. But typical Spurs, they didn't have the bollocks to do it. And they could have done it. And we could have ended up winning it at the end. We had a lot of ball at the end of the game. But I do think like that, that if Declan Rice don't go off injured at half time, mate, I think we win that game. And I'll tell you what else in that game that does me. Gabriel Jesus, that chance that he had to go 3-1 up, like it was another inexcusable miss in my opinion. Like
all you have to pass the ball into the back of him.
There was no excuse not to get that not on target.
Yeah, all he had to do was pass it into the either bottom corner, but he went for power. He blasted it instead of just placing it into one of the corners. It was awful.
He's definitely, I think, like, did you say earlier on? I think definitely next year, mate, he's just going to be an impact. I think for me, he's going to be more a bit of an impact, rotational kind of player. Like, he's not doing. He started off superbly well for us when he first signed for us, and I thought, what a player we got here. But ever since he's got injured, he come back. I don't know whether we did bring him back too early, but we had to because we was in a title race. He hasn't done it. He hasn't done it for me consistently ever since he's come back from that injury last year.
No, he hasn't. And like we know the impact he's had on Arsenal in general has been very, very positive. But he can be a very frustrating player for me. Like I'm not going down on or being down on him, should I say? But I think his Arsenal career could be an impact player going forward, depending on who we sign in the summer. I think, he's definitely going down that road. He's still a quality player, but I don't think he can lead the line in terms of like scoring goals. Lead the line's the wrong phrase, but he's never going to score a ton for us. And I believe his impact, even from on the wing, is his future going forward.
Yeah,
so
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I said that at the start of the season, though. For me, like he's a rotational winger who'd be your third, in my opinion, would be my third choice striker to play up front. Do you know what I mean? I want a number one striker, whether that's an Oshman or an Isaac. Then you got Havertz who can play up there. Then I'd be looking at Gabriel Jesus if and when needed.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, and I think I think Jesus could now have more of an impact, definitely from the wings. It's going to be very interesting. The summer's going to be very interesting. And just to finish, I know we're finishing up here, but just what you were saying there, Liam, about fans saying you don't want us to, I don't want to use the B word, the bottling it word. Not that we would be bottling it, but you want us to kind of either win it or go really close, like not to fall off, but because of what's happened in the last couple of seasons. But the way I view last season, a lot of people say we bottled the league, and you can dress it up whichever way you want. We did fall off, But we had to me last season we completely outdid ourselves. Like we had no right to be challenging Man City for the league title, considering the phase of of our rebuild that we were in. I think last season was phenomenal in terms of how well we did. We dropped off, yes, because we didn't have the numbers. The Saliba and the Tomiyasu injuries killed us. And even the season before, when we just fell short of Champions League, the injuries killed us as well. So even
I don't
suppose what I'm
personally
saying
see
is-
that I don't personally see that we bottled last year. I don't understand how you can view last year as bottling it. I do think that we fell very short in terms of where we expected to take Man City up to. And you look at the Southampton games, Aaron Ramsdale that was probably where his first choice, being first choice goalkeeper, was kind of decided in them games. But when Man City win as many games as they did, from the time they did to the end of the season, like you can't compete with that. You look at Liverpool; they've only won the Premier League once in 7 years, and they've been smashing 98, 99 points on some seasons, not winning the league. Like that's unheard of. I don't think we bottled it last year. What I would say though is I expected us to get a little bit closer than we did, and I think we let ourselves down. But we're losing William Saliba. Like for me, and this is my own personal opinion, I never understood why we played William Saliba at Sporting Lisbon. Before the game, in my head, he weren't starting. And then obviously it was unfortunate that we lost him and Tommy at the same day. That day basically cost us taking City close. I still don't think we won the league last year, if I'm being totally. I know people saying, well, William Saliba stayed fit. I still don't think we won the league with Saliba last year.
I think we'd have fallen with a point. I think it would have
been we'd have gone closer.
With a point in it.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree. Yeah, and again, you have to take into account. A lot of people said we were one Man City win away from winning the league because of the points difference. But the City's last two games, they didn't need to win. They had the league won, and I think they drew one and lost one. But if City needed to win those two games, they would have gotten 6 points. So I think we were a little bit further away last season than it actually ended up. But I do agree that so Saliba being in probably wouldn't have won us the league, but it would have had us a lot closer, and probably would have got it to the last couple of games.
Yeah, he's definitely like, don't get me wrong, like you look at this year and the way he's managing the situation this year, it feels totally different in my eyes. Like the way he's managing, even like in terms of the players coming back, like Saka today. Like he's managed Saka to stay totally different to how he managed Saka in Lille in France a few months ago. When I said that night he shouldn't have been even on the bench. Just have no temptation, just rest the geezer. But he's done that tonight, and it just made that's progression for me. That's progression in the manager. And do you know what? Round of applause to Arteta tonight for doing that, because actually I'm glad you have done that, because what you've done is you protected Saka, and we didn't need to play him in a game like we did. Now last year, I think we played Saka in too many games that we didn't actually need to play him. Like your Bournemouths at home last year, like your Everton's at home last year. We could have got away potentially, I think, with playing like the likes of maybe a Nelson or whoever was out on the right in some of them games, and we didn't do it. We just played him all the time. But you do see the difference when Saka doesn't play.
Yeah, it's true. But you have to get the balance right. You do, and I fully agree. Right, Ryan, will we?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
That's it. Just like I'll be all right there. Just I can't do reactions. No, I've got them shut. My body's shutting. They're like,
You look battered, mate. To be fair, you look like you've gone through the 4-3 Arsenal against Luton.
I'm not, probably don't say that because it happened Saturday. Now you said that. Oh God, I want a little breakdown that happens. But no, yeah. Thanks, guys. Obviously enjoyed the discussion there. Yeah, and in terms of match of the day, I mentioned the match of the day. No, just I got I need sleep, and we've covered the main game anyway. The main game, if Villa had lost, Villa had won, sorry, or something, pulled off a miracle tonight, I may have just run around and done something, but no, that's a couple of things. If I would score hat tricks again, leave me alone. I will be back though on Friday because the girls are playing on Friday, international wise, for England versus Sweden. I think it is. at Wembley for the qualifying for the Euros. So we didn't watch along for that. Then you obviously got this Saturday, the 5:30 kickoff between Brighton, match of the day on Saturday. Might do a neutral one on Sunday, depending on how Saturday goes with United and Liverpool. And me, Liam, and G need to talk about next week because there's a clash again because we're playing on Tuesday.
We're going to do it Thursday night.
We're going to do it Thursday night next week. Okay,
We're going to do it Thursday. We want to wait. We want to wait till the Bayern Munich game's been done.
That's cool. That's fine. Absolutely fine. I thought I just got mentioned that. I literally thought it was a Wednesday. I was like, hang on. Oh, I'm like, okay. So yeah, so we've got that sorted in the next Thursday. So yeah, depending on what happens on Monday or Saturday, depends on what happens on Sunday, and then we'll go from there for the rest of the week until Thursday. Play it by ear. Apart from that, guys, thanks again to Ian and Liam, and then also Joel, who couldn't come back because he's putting his little one to bed and he was shattered. Thanks to them popping on as well. Everyone in the chat, the new face, the familiar faces, and we're currently, by the way, we're currently at 2,039 viewers currently watching us now, and so there's going to be big numbers on our Twitter pages. I'll put it that way because it's been fluctuating throughout the evening. So yeah, thanks for all that. If you haven't already, come over to the channel, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon. And as always, take care of yourselves and enjoy. Don't moan. Enjoy that we are top for 24 hours at least.